Wanted, someone to go back in time and cover games news with us. This is not a joke. You'll get paid in exposure after we get back. We have done this 9 times before. Journalism not guaranteed. Welcome to Journalism Not Guaranteed, the gaming news podcast that covers future, past, present, future not included. I'm Tectonic Improv, and these are my co-hosts, Tavi Nickel.
You, Gungaga.
And Null Toxicity.
I pre-ordered Jason Schreier's book today.
Oh, yeah, I saw he was doing an AMA for that on our games, r/games rather, not our games.
Nice. How was it?
We don't have games.
Did you read it?
I read a bit of it. It seemed fine.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything juicy. I was looking for some juicy stuff,
some
but
hot
it seemed
goss.
mostly above board. No hot goss. But it was kind of early on, so there was time for it to explode, have a goss explosion.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it is. It comes out on the 11th, so. And then it has
have
to
you read
be
his other?
Delivered what?
His other book?
Blood, Sweat, and Pixels.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I probably should, but.
What's this one called? Press Reset.
Yeah, Press Reset. It's like a double entendre, right? Because it's like a verb and a noun. Kind of crazy.
It's like a double Nintendo, yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about Nintendo then.
Great.
I'm gonna start with my last news thing, and we're just gonna go right into it because this is a big week.
Hashtag big news.
Hashtag big news. All of the haters last week who were decrying our short runtime for the podcast, get fucking strap the fuck in because we got some stuff to talk about. Nintendo is making a game called Game Builder Garage, and it's like coding for dummies basically. It has this. It's coming out June 11th. It's gonna be like $30. It's riding this like wave of what user friendly like kind of game maker software that's kind of been
it's like
on the
Super
rise
Mario
recently.
Maker. We can say it.
It's I was gonna say it's like Dreams.
Oh, okay.
The media molecule thing, but probably not as robust as Dreams, but maybe a little easier to use. I don't know.
Did you hear about the game's Japanese name?
No.
It's Nintendo. Please hire this man.
Oh, good one, man. Good one.
Thanks. I saw it on Twitter.
I did hear some rumblings that this might be some sort of remnant of Nintendo Labo or whatever was up with that.
Yeah.
You know how because there was like in Nintendo Labo there was like this like almost like programming mini game that was kind of inside of it that you could fuck around with that kind of wasn't really advertised that much, but it was there. And this seems like a logical leap forward for something like that. Just ditch the cardboard and just make a straight up game. I don't know. Looks pretty cool.
It looks like Scratch.
Yeah.
What was the last thing that Nintendo put up that was like really good first party? Because this stuff is like
96.
cool, but it's not like
very funny.
It's not like a first party Nintendo game the way that we want a first party Nintendo game.
People like 3D Land, and that just got Bowser's Fury, right?
You mean 3D World?
Is there a difference?
3D Land is the 3DS one.
Is there a difference?
Excuse me? Yes, they're completely different games.
Oh, all right. News to me.
Well, about 3D World got
It had Bowser's Fury.
It has a standalone like expansion sort of thing. I don't know. Whatever. Fucking that I guess is the last major Nintendo release. Look, there hasn't been a lot. We all know why. And this is being sold for like $30. So obviously it's not meant to be like a tentpole release.
Yeah.
I was surprised at that price. Is getting Nintendo? I thought they were going to charge $50 minimum for it.
Yeah. It says something when Nintendo is charging budget for a game like this. How much did they sell Mario Paint for?
Jesus
well, that
Christ.
had a peripheral with it.
That's true. Anytime you include hardware or a strategy guide with something, it increases the price a lot.
Speaking of Nintendo sales numbers and hardware, so it was reported as of today through a Nintendo shareholders meeting for end of fiscal year that since launch, which was 4 years ago, right, for the Switch?
Yes. Yep, 2017.
The Switch has sold almost 85 million. I think it's 84.45 million units, which I think comparatively it's faster selling than any other console of that generation. Because what did the PS4 end up at?
Let's look that up. Yeah. If they've even released those.
Oh no, PS4 is 115 million by now.
Oh, yeah,
it is
way
yeah. I thought it was only at like 70 million.
It has double the amount of time though that it's been around.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Which I don't remember what PlayStation was at in 2017. But I feel like the Switch is at a very fast rate right
They're
now.
doing good. Like that's all
they're doing all right.
They're eating.
I think the big thing for them though is, and by them I mean Nintendo's board of directors, is beating out the Wii.
The Wii? Shit.
Because the Wii was what, 100 million?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy considering.
And I don't think they've had anything non-handheld console be above the Wii.
Pretty crazy considering that the Wii was like the console your grandma bought and played.
Right?
But also the Switch is a handheld, so like it might it's taking both markets and combining them.
Oh yeah,
so
no, because I mean
sense.
it's like there's pros and cons to it because you have some people who are like, I only buy handheld. There's some people who are like, I only buy like normal consoles.
Yeah, and then Senior Miyamoto just like crams them together in one room and they're like, play together.
Exactly. But then I think a lot of Nintendo sales did come from people buying both.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes. Well, or at least the hardcore Nintendo-year-olds bought both.
Because I didn't know a single person who had a Wii who also didn't have a DS. Mind you, I was in 3rd grade or whatever. Was it 3rd? Yeah, something like that.
I did own a Wii and Nintendogs for the DS, so.
Nintendogs? The hire this man.
They came with sick.
Do we have any hire this man newses besides the
weren't there job postings here somewhere?
We have fire this man.
Not until the past news.
Oh shit. Fire this man. Who did that?
Who are we firing?
Well,
out of a cannon this week.
Someone's firing themselves. That's John Justice of
John Justice Wheeler has been presented an ultimatum of leaving his company or leaving the company and deciding to move. Never, this is convoluted. Fucking just tell me the story.
That is very inside baseball. But yes, John Justice, he was a Sony exec for years, went over to Stadia, got that project. He has left Google Stadia. He has left Google as far as I'm aware.
Oh, but I thought he was like a Stadia guy.
He has left the company, according to his LinkedIn departure.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that this John Justice in Google involved with Stadia.
He is involved with video games, and we should talk about him on our video game podcast.
That's why we're talking about him, right?
Yeah, no, that's
okay.
I said
okay.
I said he worked at Sony and then he was on the Stadia project. Did you guys not hear me?
Well, I just wanted to reiterate.
What was his? When I listen to this again, maybe I'll sound like a fucking idiot, but I did not hear that.
Because now I feel like an idiot.
What was his role within the company? What was he doing?
He was VP of and product head of Stadia.
Okay, do VPs like actually do anything?
Haven't you watched True Jackson VP? She did a lot.
VPs are like, essentially VPs are managers that report to the head honchos.
Yeah, I guess they have vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, if if all the other news that has come out of Stadia in the past 3 months or so wasn't signs that this product is dead, this should be the final nail in the coffin.
I
what
mean,
are you talking about? They just got a search bar. They're doing fine.
Yeah, they're good. I think that
I forgot about that.
It's like everybody knows that Stadia is leaving. It's going the way of Google Plus. They're just taking their sweet time to get there, like Google Plus.
Yeah. Well, the issue is because people paid money into this, unlike Google Plus.
So did this John Justice guy? Did he go to work at like Haven or whatever that Jade Raymond company was? Because I think I remember seeing news this week about that. About a bunch of people jumping ship to that company. I just didn't want to really.
I don't know for sure where he's gone to. I wouldn't imagine, because he's more of like a VP of operations kind of guy.
He's a suit.
He's a game suit. He's like what's that one guy who always shows up at this Microsoft events? Not Phil Spencer.
When I hear game suit, I just think like. You know, like the Red Letter Media Nerd Crew podcast, the one where like Rich Evans just has like the Pac-Man like sports coat. That's a game suit. That's what they look like. Oh fuck! I want that Pac-Man suit so bad.
Make it yourself.
Oh Christ. Okay.
All right. Let me.
What else you got, Tabs?
I'm trying to see if he's been somewhere else real quick. Oh, he works for Facebook now.
Oh, Zynga?
God rest his soul.
It just says vice president. It doesn't say his position, but his LinkedIn page says he now works for Facebook. Fun.
I bet you this man's on Zynga now. Like I feel
either that or Oculus.
Oh, true, Oculus. That actually
Oculus.
Probably makes more sense. Because Zynga would be
is
like
Zynga even still around?
Kind of.
Yes.
Like in name, I think.
Okay.
Pretty sure they still do stuff.
Do I have any other Stadia-esque news? No, and I want to save that for later. So I'll do something small. As of a couple days ago, it was announced by Aaron Connors that the next game in the Tex Murphy series has been delayed indefinitely. At this point, does anyone here know about Tex Murphy besides me?
So when I saw this news and I saw Tex Murphy, my first thought was Tex Avery, the cartoonist.
Yes.
And the name Tex Murphy actually does sound familiar, but please enlighten me.
There was a series of Creel videos that you might seen on it. That's how I was introduced to it. But
no.
I've grown to actually. It's a fascinating series that I wish I would have found when I was younger, because I would have been obsessed with it. It's a sci-fi noir point-and-click adventure game that's all FMVs.
So it's like Night Trap.
It's like Night Trap, but it's actually good.
Wait, you mean all this time Night Trap wasn't good?
Night Trap's all right. Like Tex Murphy games are like legitimately like they're like campy like cyberpunk sci-fi noir.
Tech, what's your vote?
There's a lot of these.
There is a lot.
What's your vote, Tech? Night Trap, good or bad?
I've never played Night Trap. It looks fine.
Okay, but like if you were like gun to your head right now, is it good or bad?
It's okay. All right, gun to my head. It's bad because hang on, maybe he'll respect my answer and not pull the trigger. It's bad because it caused the ESRB no, stop. Joe Lieberman. Fuck, I'm dead. I don't know. It's just like a fucking. It's really shallow looking. I don't know what to say. I mean, I haven't played it, but
it's neat in concept, and I love that it's responsible for the ESRB.
Wasn't Kojima like really inspired by Night Trap to make
Snatcher?
Snatcher.
I was watching the Tokimeki Memorial video like a day ago, so yes, I'm aware.
You're already rewatching that?
I was listening to it while I was in the car.
Man has 5 videos. It's hard not to go back.
Yeah.
I've been watching his old Kotaku stuff. Him being Tim Rogers.
Tim Rogers, in front of the show.
I've seen a bit of his. Whatever, fuck it.
Let me delve into. So Tex Murphy very good. If you want a good like intro game, play the Tesla Effect. It's like the most modern of his games.
Is this about him infiltrating Tesla, the company?
No.
Oh.
Okay, what is Tex Rogers or whatever?
Tex Murphy?
Tex Murphy, yes.
I mean,
Tex Rogers.
I feel like I'm repeating myself.
To video games.
Okay, so it's like a Noir-based FMV. Okay, so we've got everything we've had to say on Tex Murphy.
Yeah,
And
it's very sad. I was excited for this game and was going to play it like as soon as it came out. And
So,
if you haven't played it and you like point and click adventure games, play the early ones. They're fun. They kind of work on modern systems, PC that is.
so is there a reason why it's delayed indefinitely and not canceled?
So he wants to work on the books more, which is
shit. Okay.
what was it Romanov Enigma, which is like the second to last book, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so he's like a Marvel fan. Because that's Black Widow's name.
Man, we are full of hitters tonight.
We just keep striking out.
The thing that's like surprising out of all of this is he says all the FMV footage is apparently shot.
Well, coding's hard. Is this like a one-man show he's got going on? If it is, I wouldn't be. Then I'm not surprised he'd rather work on a book than code a fucking video game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's something that people have been waiting like years for, and he's kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it and delaying it.
Well, is he crowdfunding or is he just doing it out of pocket?
I think he's just doing it out of pocket, as far as I'm aware.
It's fine as long as he's not crowdfunding. I don't really care if a developer is kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah.
I really only care about like the expectations of gamers when they're actually giving money to Mighty Number 9 or something, and then they're not delivering.
Actually, speaking of Kickstarters, I want to yell at some people that I just backed.
Tabby gives money to someone, immediately yells at them.
Well, it's because they
sounds irrational. It makes perfect sense.
It's because they fucked up and weren't telling the truth in their Kickstarter, which is now like infuriating.
Well, can't you just? Never mind.
So, Sunspear Games, which is a bunch of old Blizzard developers who used to work on Warcraft and StarCraft, left, made their own studio. They want to make an RTS game. I like RTS games. I like StarCraft. I like Warcraft. I'll back it. Sure, whatever.
They're actually making a MOBA.
No.
Okay.
I paid like $60 to get into the alpha and everything, like whatever. They sent out a backer survey after it was finished. I was filling it out, and like the last question was, what's your Epic ID?
Get fucked.
Oh,
And
man.
I put like
what the hell?
I put NA, and it's like, do you have any comments you'd like to say? It's like, yes, I would not have backed this game if I knew you were going through the Epic Games Store. And then like within 48 hours they put out this press release that was like, you guys, no, we're not going through the Epic Store. We're not going, that's not confirmed. We're just using this for like an early product test. I'm like, no, but I don't want to play your game on the Epic Store, even in an alpha state. I will wait until if it's a standalone, fantastic. But if it's coming on the Epic Store, I'm going to request a refund because you lied.
Did you, did it also ask for like a Steam ID or
Nope,
something?
just an Epic ID.
Just an Epic. That's funny.
Epic
That's
ID
really
and
funny.
email address.
What the fuck?
So Sunspear Games, shame on you. Like, I know you're going to take whatever money Epic gives you because they will do that.
They did promise like Steam keys though with their Kickstarter. Like they did offer that.
They promised PC keys. They didn't say Steam.
Okay, so they're not technically in the wrong yet.
It's more of a lying by omission, but
Yeah.
they probably should have known.
With how
this would have
divisive
happened.
the Epic Store is, like, you need to be clear
And
about that.
We've got a lot to talk about with the Epic Store, and we'll, stay tuned after these commercial messages.
But instead of the Epic Store, let's talk about Blizzard, since these people were from Blizzard.
It's chilly in here.
So Blizzard had their Q 2021 financials come out. It's end of year this year, and get a lot of this stuff. And Blizzard's total active player base is down 29% from the last 3 years. which is like, in my mind, I'm like, good, fuck you. But their profits are higher than anything else than
Now,
they've ever been.
Is this only like, okay, they say Activision Blizzard has lost almost 29% of its active overall player base. Is that only like the Blizzard portion of these things, or is this across all of Active Blizzard?
This is through their battle.net.
Okay, but Call of Duty's on Battle.net.
Call of Duty counts.
And Destiny is in Battle.net, and like...
Well, Destiny 2 is very unpopular now. Like...
Because she says so?
No, like, from everyone I've talked to who, like, was a hardcore Destiny fan, they're saying, like, yeah, Destiny 2 is nowhere near as good. It's got, like... It's for where Destiny what Destiny 1 was at this time, it's at a significantly lower player base.
Well, didn't Bungie get like everything regarding Destiny back from Activision? So why would Destiny even be involved in?
They wouldn't.
So why bring it up?
I'm looking at their active player base. It looks like they're going up.
Oh.
For Destiny?
Destiny, yeah.
Destiny's not a part of Activision Blizzard, no.
Destiny 2. Oh, is it not?
No,
I'm saying like that means the Destiny 2 is like popular still.
Whatever.
Irrelevant.
A totally irrelevant sidebar.
Whatever the fuck you two were talking about with Destiny was completely pointless.
True.
So yeah, their player base is down. Like, we know that their active WoW subs are significantly lower than they were back in Cataclysm. All sorts of stuff like that. But their profits are still up and rising every year. And I have to believe that is 100% due to Call of Duty, specifically like Warzone, because that is like the hot shit
it's
right now.
Microtransactions, baby.
Yeah,
they got them in all their games,
and that's why they killed all their game studios to put them in the Call of Duty mines.
Well, isn't it like
Allegedly.
like pretty much every company that's like associated with Activision right now, like even in the slightest, is working on Call of Duty in some capacity at this point?
Every company they own is currently working on Call of Duty. Yes.
Beanox is working is a support studio for COD. I'm pretty sure they were before
they were
Crash Team Racing, but even still,
Vicarious.
There's rumors that Toys for Bob is becoming a COD support studio, though it's not confirmed. Vicarious Visions is working on Diablo remastered right now, so technically they're not a COD support studio, but don't hold your breath on that one, because that Diablo game's coming out relatively soon, so we'll know in a bit. I can't think of any other Activision supports. Raven Software has been they've been COD support studio
forever.
For 10 years now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The only other thing on Blizzard is they say Diablo Immortal is going to be up by the end of the year.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's the mobile game, though. They are also working on Diablo.
Is that the mobile game?
Yes. Diablo 4 is not Diablo Immortals.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It's very clear that like Call of Duty is the golden goose and probably always will be.
Always has been.
Always has been. But
gotta say, this is a really smart move by Activision. As we all know, putting all of your eggs in one basket has always worked out. Every single time.
Especially after all your other eggs had big successes, to move them into the big egg.
Could you imagine like a world where like Activision financial ruin just has to dissolve?
No,
I pray for that every day.
But
I can't. I feel like they're too big to fail.
You think so? You think they'll just get bought?
They'll get bought by THQ Nordic.
Yeah,
they'll get bought by Embracer Group.
THQ Nordic wishes they had that kind of fucking money.
Microsoft is gonna buy them.
Don't put the fear of God into me.
I feel like if that happened, that would. I know that like this doesn't happen anymore, but I feel like that would legitimately start another like trust bust of Microsoft.
Yeah, they need it.
Well, of course they do. They're Microsoft. I'm just saying. Because Activision's huge. And I don't see them failing anytime soon, unless like they are actually having all hands on deck for yearly Call of Duties and this one like flops. I still don't know if that would do them in. I think they need a couple more.
I think it's really hard for a Call of Duty game to flop.
From
Ghost flopped, right?
No,
yeah,
not really.
Ghosts in hindsight is a fantastic game. Like, I know people do that. It's always like, oh, the last Call of Duty is better, but it's like, no, in hindsight, Ghosts like is better than anything else they've put out recently.
I heard nothing good about Ghosts. I don't
Cranked.
believe you.
It's got Cranked in it.
I don't know what that means.
So Cranked is a game mode where you have 10 seconds to live.
Okay, never mind. That's fucking cool.
And your head explodes if you don't. So every time you get a kill, it adds 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like that movie Just in Time with Justin Timberlake.
It's just called In Time.
Oh, shit. Whoops. Fucking
Christ. All right. No. Give us one of your newses.
One of my newses. Great. So... wow. Lots of news. I'm just going to do Necromunda because I'm going to keep it mellow for this part. There's a gameplay trailer for Necromunda. Tebby talked about Necromunda like 3 years ago on the podcast.
It was last week.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Really?
No, I don't.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
It's like a Warhammer 40k. Thing.
Oh, okay. Now I remember this.
Okay.
All right.
There's like an overview trailer, and it showed some gameplay.
Damn.
And
this really does want to be Doom.
It's a Schluter.
Everything wants to be Doom, even if it's a Schluter. But no, it looks pretty cool. I will be playing this when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the movement looks interesting. I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look half bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised that they put wall running into it and a grappling hook, and I was like, okay, cool. This game sold me. I was already going to buy it, but like,
who's making this?
Ironhead, Deep Head, something.
Ironhead, Heavy Iron.
Is it Strumon Studio? Is that them?
Focus Home Interactive.
Interactive.
Well, that's the publisher.
That's the publisher.
I think it's someone called like. Wait, hold on. Is this a typo or is it? No, they're Strumon Studio. They're French. Oh, they developed I Divine Cybermancy. Oh wait, no, they didn't. That's a lie. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's not true at all. They designed something inspired by I Divine Cybermancy.
They did Space Hulk Deathwing.
Okay. Wait. That game was like rough, wasn't it?
The enhanced edition.
Oh, okay.
So if
they did I.
Oh, did they? Okay, cool.
On their Steam page, yeah, it's them. So yeah, they did I. They did so yeah. These people like know how to make video games at least.
Yeah, I Divine Cybermancy is really cool.
Isn't I like mostly isn't it a multiplayer game?
It's like Brink
exclusively. That not a very favorable.
Not favorable, but it's the truth.
Admit. But people like I've
played a little bit of it. It's kind of jank, but it seems cool. I like Brink as well though, so like who knows?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's cool science fiction. God, I wish they weren't Strum. Is it Strum? Strom?
Well, there is no space in their logo, so I think it's Struom.
There's a space on the Steam page.
Okay.
Yeah.
My only complaint on that game is the iron sights. Like, why are we still having like Picatinny rails and like normal gun iron sights in the grimdark future of the 41st millennium?
I did never really understand. Like iron sights, I think makes sense in a game that's like kind of slower, like a Call of Duty is, or like a tactical shooter. But if you're just trying to be like an arcadey Doom, like there's really no point for iron sights. I don't think.
No, like most Necromunda guns don't actually have iron sights on them, like on the models and in art and stuff.
Well, iron sights is just like a catch-all term for...
Yeah, they are like gangers, though, so it's like it could make sense for them to just have shitty guns.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
especially hive gangers.
I don't like it. That's my take, and I can say that. Cybermancy.
This game looks pretty cool. I'd like to purchase it and play it when it comes on or comes up.
When's it coming out?
May 1st. No, June 1st. We're already
June 1st.
in May.
Okay. All right. Well, it'll just come out soon. Get excited. Let's talk about a game that's not coming out soon, that we know literally nothing about, but I decided to talk about because I'm vaguely aware of Flashback. Flashback 2 is apparently in production and will launch in 2022 on consoles and PC. All we have is a logo. This came out of fucking nowhere. Have either of you played or are aware of Flashback?
No.
No, I don't know.
Is this an action platformer? Or a cinematic platformer, whatever that one game you like is?
Yes, so Flashback is it's a cinematic platformer from the 90s. It was
first CD-ROM.
It was made for PCs and stuff, and it was also on like consoles or whatever. It was made by, I believe, Delphine Software. They were the people that worked on Another World or Out of This World.
That one,
or some of them, or the people that ported the game around, because the guy who made Another World originally was a one-man show, Eric Chahi.
They made Shaq Fu as well.
Well, people like Flashback. It plays like Another World, but it has more.
People like Shaq Fu,
not for the right reasons. People unironically like Flashback. It's like It has like the cinematic platformer trappings and stuff like Prince of Persia and stuff, where the platforming is very deliberate, but it's more of a, for lack of a better word, it's more of a video game where you explore locations and you have a gun. Basically it's like, dude, what if you had a gun in these games and you could like fight stuff? Because there is like a gun in Another World, but it's really more of like a puzzle solving tool, not like an action thing. So that's kind of cool. What's interesting about Flashback 2 is that there technically already is a Flashback 2. It just went under a different name. Now I need to look up.
Is it Fade to Black?
Yeah, Fade to Black. Yes, thank you. And no, you're right. The cover for Flashback is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it looks so cool. I'm way about it. No, that's cool.
But there technically is a Flashback 2, but Flashback 2 is a better name than Fade to Black, I guess. Or it's more well known. Because people don't. I don't see anyone talk about this game.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. So it's gonna be like one of those Another World type game. Like, do they make those anymore?
Does even like the indie scene make them?
There's this indie game that's being developed right now called Lunark that's very heavily inspired by Flashback. Oh my god, why is it so hard to find this guy on Twitter?
I guess I'm just wondering like who this is like marketing towards. Is it just marketing towards people who liked Flashback?
Tectonic Improv.
Yeah.
To the dozens of people that have actually played cinematic platformers.
Yeah.
Tech was walking on the street, found a Flashback 2 shaped hole, and is trying to crawl into it, saying, "This was made for me."
Complete disclosure, I've never played Flashback. I've only played Another World and Prince of Persia. So
is Pitfall a cinematic platformer?
No, it's an Atari game.
I feel like you could probably delineate some sort of connection to it. I'm sure.
Okay, like Pitfall Mayan Adventure is definitely a cinematic platformer, though.
Is it?
Is Lara Croft Rise of the Tomb Raider a cinematic?
No, it's not. No. I'm gonna say no. It's funny because there isn't really. there isn't really like a huge like fandom for cinematic platformers. I feel like they've kind of died over the years.
I wonder why.
Do you think that this is
sure
just like a response to like the boomer shooters coming back and they're like, let's take other old thing that people enjoyed and see if we can bring it back?
I have to wonder if this is probably a response to games like Streets of Rage 4 and like Windjammers being successes. This isn't .emu or whatever, it's Microids, but I feel like that kind of that maybe that showed to whoever owns the Flashback IP that these revivals are successful in some capacity.
But I think they're misunderstanding why Windjammers 2 and Streets of Rage 4 have people excited.
Well, I mean, there's really nothing to say about this besides the fact that it exists. So I think it's a little too early to completely write this off, and also stop being a hater. Cinematic platformers are cool.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just trying to say that, like, I don't know anyone who likes cinematic platformers except Tectonic Improv. And, like, Mandalore. Wait, did he make videos on that? Someone made videos on that. But, like, there are YouTubers that are recommending it too. But it's, like, I feel like people aren't, like, clamoring over that genre like they would, like,
it's
immersive
definitely
Sims.
niche, but I don't think that means that there isn't a market for it.
Yeah. I guess that just means they have
Probably.
to be, like, pretty careful with production is all.
Yeah. Okay, more news. Give me news.
News.
Tabby, news.
Me,
Talk about fighting games.
news? No, we're not going to talk about fighting games just yet.
We probably should. I think it's, like, good to get that chunk out right now and then the other
No,
chunk
because
later.
we're going to talk about something I forgot to talk about in the Blizzard news.
Okay.
Which is actually just confirmed today as well, but WoW Classic is going to be launching Burning Crusade starting on the 18th.
Finally, the expansion that everyone wanted from the beginning, and they're gonna realize is also shit.
As
when
everyone
they finally
said,
play it again.
No, Burning Crusade is legitimately good. Like, I wasn't one of those, like, I was like, cool, vanilla, I'll play it, but I wasn't one of those, like, vanilla's the only way you should be playing WoW. It's like Burning Crusade and Lich King are, like, legitimately, like, fantastic. But I don't need it. I just need people to make sure that I'm in check, and you guys, like, check on me at least, like, once a week. Just make sure I haven't, like, resubbed.
Isn't there, like, some aren't they, like, making people pay?
I mean, you have to pay it for an active sub. That's the only thing.
I thought I saw something about, like, paying to like move your gear over or something.
Not that
let me
I
see.
know of.
Let me see if I can find it. Can continue talking about something else.
Yeah,
while
I'll talk
try
about
and
two
find
things
this.
I didn't write down because I forgot. Lost Judgment leaked onto the PlayStation Store as a sequel to PS4 game Judgment.
Very good.
Still
good,
need to play
Sony.
that. I've heard it's good, but that's neat. That game could use more sequels.
Okay, all right. Here's what it was. The classic era character cloning service will cost $35 per character.
Wait, you have
I
to
don't
pay
know.
to move your character from classic to TBC? Is that what it is?
Okay.
Link whatever you're looking at.
Blizzard has revealed that the classic era character cloning service will cost $35. Services for players that wish to play the same character in both Burning Crusade Classic and World of Warcraft Classic. So maybe you can move.
Shut up.
Maybe you can move them like one time, but if you wanted to play between them, you like which way Western man sort of thing. Maybe it's free. I'm glad I remembered this.
Beginning on patch day, players have the opportunity to make a choice for each existing classic character to either continue to TBC or remain in
stay in.
vanilla.
Okay.
Which way, Western man?
Which is fine.
Okay, but people are gonna want to bring that. Wait.
No. You can bring your bring your character to be.
Okay,
to
never
BC.
mind. I
Yes.
understand. Okay, that's less bad than I thought it was.
No, that's fine. That's whatever.
I thought that was like...
Like, if you actually, like, want to keep playing vanilla, sure, you do you, all 30 of you.
Weird. All right, fine, whatever.
That's good to know. Yeah, we'll do the fighting game power hour. So first
link
off,
to the past.
yeah. So the new Skullgirls character was announced today. It is Umbrella. For those of you who don't know who Umbrella it is the girl in the "But You're Always Eating Ice Cream" comic.
It's like why are you eating ice cream? It's like, I always eat ice cream when I'm having a bad day, but you always eat ice cream.
Yes.
It's classic comic.
It's a classic. I knew about that before I even knew about Skullgirls, kind of. I have no opinions on this character, really. There's other characters I want more.
From what I read, she was supposed to be one of like the original starting characters when Skullgirls was conceptualized in 2005. So
yes. No, she's a fan favorite character. Like, everyone who's been following the game since Umbrella. The original Kickstarter, they wanted Umbrella.
Do you think that there was stuff already made for her, that it was just easiest to release her out of all characters?
Well, I don't know if they had any models for her yet. That's the thing.
What was it? Well, I remember when the Indiegogo for the new Skullgirls characters was going around, that Alex Ahad had like reference sheets for a bunch of characters, and I'm sure I'm 99% sure Umbrella was one of them, but I don't think he had drawn, or whoever draws them now had anything besides just like 3 drawings or whatever of the character like in their idle pose.
Also, I'm just like thinking about the Skullgirls,
but
yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm thinking about the Skullgirls DLC characters right now, and like Umbrella is really on like the bottom of compared to other characters for me, like Big Band, Beowulf, Eliza. Like, those characters are just infinitely more cool than
considering that we didn't even know we were gonna get this DLC to begin with until like 3 months ago. What was it? It was it's her turn, Tabby.
Are you calling Tabby an entitled gamer right now?
You know what? I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull the switch. Untitled gamer alert.
I'm gonna pull this switch of the option select of I don't even play this game.
I'm gonna pull the second switch. Me neither. I don't even play it either.
I don't like Skullgirls.
I play Eliza.
I don't play video games.
No, you don't.
My team is Eliza and Peacock.
I mean, I just play Beowband, like, because it's
when
fun.
you combine Eliza and Peacock, you just get Faust from Guilty Gear. So
yeah.
When I did play Skullgirls, I played Philia and Squiggly, and I had no clue what the fuck I was doing.
Good choices.
You should play Annie, so she's rolling.
How's Annie?
She's pretty good, actually. But more importantly, the other fighting game news out of the 3 that we have in total, there was an update for Guilty Gear Plus R that launched like late last night, early this morning.
That old game
that people are playing because it has the good netcode. Not only did they improve the netcode, they were able to confirm a glitch, which I'll talk about in a second, which is really cool, that is actually going to warp, or that could warp the metagame. And they made lobbies better. The lobbies sucked. That was really the only big issue, but they improved lobbies, and they also made them support up to 64 players now. They originally supported 6 max.
Yeah, the lobbies fucking sucked for that game.
They are apparently way better now.
I was playing lobbies, and like if you had like more than 4 people for more than like 2 hours, it was desync and crash.
The desyncs were fixed, but the crashes are the big issue.
Yeah.
That's cool. Play Plus R. It's like always $3 on sale, and that game's very good, and you could play it forever. The glitch that was discovered / confirmed with like Team Caliburst and Arxis, this is going to get kind of technical, so I'm sorry. There's a mechanic called slashback. Slashback is like a 25-meter parry button.
That like dash back?
That you use. It's like what?
Dash back?
Is this
No.
some sort of fighting game meme?
Dashback? That's fucking Melee, dude. Or, no, that's Ultimate. Wait, which game cares about Dashback?
There's
Well,
dashbacks in Melee.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But I thought the way you said it was like some sort of...
So- Normally, after you slash back on, if a move would have enough recovery, you could actually counter hit. It's like an alpha counter style thing, but not like a dead angle attack. It's more like a parry. But people discovered that if on the second frame of a slash back, if you press slash back again, you will get a full parry and like an FD break or a flawless defense break on it. So essentially what it's letting you do is it's now giving you a 4-frame parry window for any move in the game.
Man, that's
Interesting.
That's crazy. That's just like when I found out that you could like you could pause buffer chain attacks in Summoner for the PlayStation 2.
Get excited, everyone.
Get excited. So yeah, it's very interesting. Like certain characters get better and certain characters get worse because of this. But we don't know how much you can actually implement it into the system and how like good it'll actually be. It was just kind of discovered and confirmed recently. And the last thing on fighting game news is Rio and Robert were announced for KOF 15. Robert Garcia is a pretty cool guy. I also like Rio. Not a lot of people do. They like them, but like I think they're cool. Like I'd play them if there weren't like better characters I liked in their other games.
I saw a lot of Tabby reacting to Umbrella-esque reactions to these characters that they're expected. They're like boring.
They are expected, but more importantly, they did not shatter expectations.
I don't what were they supposed to
at the end of every KOF trailer it say shatter all expectations, and they like haven't done that except like once or twice.
Shermie shattered all expectations with her fat ass.
The Orochi team actually did. People weren't expecting them because they were dead, but people were brought back at the end of 14, or everyone was brought back, so it's like all the warriors are here. But more importantly, they need to start doing 2-person trailers more, because they showed the same amount of gameplay that they normally do on the other trailers, but we gotta like actually see how they play. Like the game plays a little more through this, so it's always exciting to see. But yeah, that's cool. I'm we're waiting for the next one every Wednesday. And
Awesome.
That's it for fighting game news. I can go into more stuff though.
No. I'll say something. I can grab something. Let's get an update on the on Humble Bundle. Last week I talked about how they fucked with the sliders or whatever, or made it so that you could only give 15% max to charities, and you found out that it was like a fixed rate, mostly skewed towards Humble, and you know, everyone found out about this and got really mad at them, rightfully so. They as of May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, they've turned the sliders back on and will keep them on for the foreseeable future. So just another example in the past couple of months or so of people raising a shitstorm online and companies walking a poor decision back. So that's pretty cool. What's not cool is that I fucking when I was trying to troubleshoot my fucking video problem, I got the Vegas pack thing they were selling.
Oh, tech.
And the day after, they announced that they brought the sliders back, so I felt a little bad. I'm sorry, everyone.
You bought a new Vegas?
Go donate money to charity then.
Yeah, I got Vegas 16 or something.
Oh, base.
I was on 14. Everything's in dark mode now. It's kind of weird. It looks more like Premiere, so that means it's more valid, right?
True.
No. Should have gone with Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci? Okay.
Man, we're pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm still on
let's-
14 too. I'm gonna have to upgrade. I gotta keep in line with
Just
my
upgrade to Da Vinci like Premiere. Apparently, that's now becoming the standard for like
Tabby, I've told
and
you
stuff.
time and time again, I like Sony Vegas because it looks like Windows Movie Maker, and no other program looks and
I
acts
think
like
you're
Windows Movie
insane
Maker.
because of this.
Okay, let's talk about Among Us. Or rather, let's talk about Drip. Now, everyone's seen the picture of the Among Us aliens. They're aliens, right?
No, they're spacemen.
Alright, yeah, the Among Us spacemen with the fucking sick ass shoes.
Yeah.
You know Among Us Drip. You know.
Yeah, everyone
knows
knows the Among Us Drip picture. If you don't, just look
Cut
up
it in.
Among Us
Just
Drip.
cut it into the show
no,
right now.
I'm not putting it in the show notes because you just look it up. Just fucking look it up. Well, you may not be able to get those exact shoes, but if you're a gamer or a PlayStation gamer, I think you're gonna really want to keep your eyes peeled on May 14th when the PG5 PlayStation 5 sneakers drop.
Well, the Among Us Drip shoes are actually all just like real Nike sneakers.
Yeah, but I don't think you can get those anymore. I'm sure they sold out immediately.
I mean, there's like some of them are like readily available, but whatever.
You just get them on like Grailed, right? Like,
just get the PlayStation 5 sneakers instead.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's crazy. So now you can scalp PS5s and shoes at the same time.
Exactly. It's this obviously was PlayStation's marketing counter to the Xbox Series X fridge. I believe Cactus Jack himself had something to do with this. He's still he was like a Sony brand guy for a bit, wasn't he?
He still is, I'm pretty sure.
Do you think this was his idea? I was like, that was like an off the cuff joke. Do you think maybe Travis Scott did have something to do with PlayStation 5's shoes?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea if Travis Scott's a sneakerhead or not.
He's a rapper, right? Rappers like
Rappers
the shoes.
don't because he's a rapper doesn't mean he's a sneakerhead.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure Lil Dicky's a sneakerhead.
Does Lil Dicky have?
Lil Dicky's not a rapper, so
Lil Dicky has Dickies.
I don't like Lil Dicky.
Like,
I'm
those
sorry.
like sailor suit things.
I can't take Lil Dicky.
Can anyone? Does anyone like Lil Dicky?
No, dude,
guys named
song?
Kyle who like Rick and Morty.
That
really like
that
Lil
one
Dicky.
song that he put out that had all the like celebrity references on it, like people went crazy over it.
What
The
I woke
Earth Day
up
song?
in Chris Brown's
No,
body.
no, not that one. The one that had all the
Earth
fucking
Day song.
Earth Day.
No, that
God,
one was not good.
Wasn't that 2019? That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
no, my friend Aaron like sat me down for that video, and he was like, "Dude, check this out. This is sick." And I'm like, "Okay."
Aaron's the kind of person that likes Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
That sums up everything. More inside baseball.
No,
but more
it's my friend.
importantly,
That's it.
Sneakerheads. I don't get them. Why are you buying shoes to not wear them?
Why do you buy?
If they wore them, they'd get scuffed up.
But shoes go on the feet.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people
Sometimes they
in
go on
this
the
very
hands.
Discord call that purchase things just to look at them. So
Now who's that?
everybody in this Discord call.
Hey, at least you can
Everything
wear shoes. I can't wear my Igus figure.
Incorrect. Let's get you a chain.
The Igus chain.
Yo, he got the Igus chain?
No.
It do be looking kind of fresh though.
Oh my god. No, I think it's different. I think like sneakerheads just wear the shoes.
I
Come
mean,
on.
the guiding principle of like collecting anything is always going to be the same. It's fine.
It's all equally stupid. Yes.
Yeah, a mass amount of things, so it's an inconvenience when you die.
I mean, at least
I'm never gonna die,
you know,
Tabby.
yeah.
What are you
Oh,
talking
sure.
about?
Speaking of
Alright.
death,
Yeah, talk about
let-
whatever you're gonna talk about.
let's talk about Biomutant. Something I also didn't write down. Do any of you know about Biomutant?
No,
Isn't that like a PS1 game?
No.
Okay, never mind. No, I'm thinking of Biofreaks.
Well, you are a bio freak in this game. Biomutant, it's being published by THQ Nordic, I'm pretty sure. It's a game that's been around for like... Oh, I put it in my notes. Holy shit. I didn't.
Yeah. You're
I
just
thought
like,
I did.
I kind of just want to talk about this, TBH. When did this trailer come out?
It's been announced, and there's been like gameplay footage since 2016 on
May
the internet.
the 1st
I think
trailer.
I didn't see that. But
Where is this?
Hold
it
on,
looks
I'll
to be
post it.
like a third-person action shooter game with a bunch of quirky dialogue. But like the cool mechanic behind it is that your character upgrades and like things that you progress through the game are actually like mutated onto your character.
So you
it's
you
like
like
Spore?
you like see them?
Yeah, you like see them. So if you get like like better armor, you're gonna have like an exoskeleton that you can see. Or like if you have like like lizard tongue powers, you get the lizard tongue.
That's cool.
Oh, this is like coming out in like 2 weeks.
It's like, so I didn't realize it was actually coming out. It's one of those like vaporware games I've known about for
that's
feels like half a
interesting.
decade now.
I'm interested to see what kind of mutations give you the best like hurt boxes.
This guy's using a toilet brush. This is gross.
It's that kind of game. It's very much a Borderlands like
This
trying to hit that.
I would just like to note that this trailer showed me literally nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was literally just an excuse for you to talk about this game.
No. There was like a 7-minute gameplay video.
When did that come out?
Like earlier this week when I put that in there. Let me pull it up. Yeah, there's stuff in
Nothing
March.
about this game is appealing to me in the slightest.
No, but it's just one of those that I've like. Yeah, new gameplay, 12 minutes. Look at this.
Oh, interesting. Game Informer.
You have like
you did it
you
again.
have a mech suit. It's neat.
Oh yeah,
it looks
this
cool.
looks kind of cool. Yeah.
As I said, I kind of just want to talk about it because I don't think I've brought up Biomutant, and it's something that it's been in the back of my head. It feels like forever.
Man, speaking of Spore, did you guys see that guy that made like the living FNFALs in Spore?
No.
Hold on.
When you say, are you talking about like the gun, the
Yes.
FAL? What'd you call it an FAL?
Because whatever. Look at this video. It'll be in the show notes. This is like amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is gaming news, right? It came out on the 1st of March.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Wow, I didn't know people even played Spore still.
Same. Do
Thought
people play
everyone agreed.
Darkspore?
You can't play Dark Spore anymore.
Oh, you're right.
What is Dark Spore again?
It was like the Diablo. All right, so hang on. Before I say anything more about Darkspore, this guy's mouse is moving in the game, and it freaked me out. Anyway, Darkspore was like the Diablo-esque hack and slash spin-off to Spore that didn't really have anything to do with Spore.
Wow.
And it was one of those online-only EA games that is dead.
Was that
I
like
remember
play anymore.
when Darkspore came out, I was at my buddy's house, and he like big Spore
He said
fan, big Diablo
Darkspore's
fan,
kill.
very
No.
excited for Darkspore. And while he played that, I played the entirety of the first Ace Attorney game on my computer.
Oh, based. So this is like Cloud and Dark Cloud, right?
His name's Twan.
What?
His name's not Cloud.
One Strife?
What's so funny? What?
Keep going. What do we got?
No, you
Jesus
go.
Christ.
No, give us some news.
Yeah. Okay. So the Witcher man from Project Red. What's his name? He's got like a fucking Swedish name or some shit. Hold up. His name is Konrad Tomaskiewicz.
The Lonely Stump.
Konrad Tomaskiewicz has resigned from CD Projekt Red, which they were doing
well.
this whole like big investigation on like allegations of him like bullying people who worked there, which they like had also apparently found him like not guilty of within the company, of course.
Wait, he was allegedly bullying other people?
Yes.
I read this as he left due to the bullying he got because of Cyberpunk.
No. So he made a statement. Nonetheless, a lot of people are feeling fear, stress, or discomfort when working with me for all the bad blood I've caused in like an email staff to the studio, or in an email to staff in the studio. He said, I'm going to continue working on myself. Changing behavior is a long and arduous process, but I'm not giving up and I hope to change. So while he may not have been like in the eyes, like I said, they did like a little investigation internally and decided that he wasn't really bullying people. He might have just been like really abrasive and hard to work with. So I don't know.
Lines up with things we hear about Cyberpunk, at least.
Yeah.
Not that he was involved in that, right?
Yeah, so he's like really big in The Witcher. He's I mean, he's vice president of game development. Like, he probably had his fingers in Cyberpunk as well. But I think
I thought vice presidents didn't do anything.
Vice president of game development.
Suspicious.
That's the title. But
okay. Right.
No, he played like a pretty big role in Witcher. I don't know how big of a role he played in Cyberpunk. So, what does this mean for The Witcher? I don't know. I don't know how much impact he actually had on it. If there's going to be like any, I don't know.
Are they? I don't think. I thought I remember them saying they're not planning on making any more Witcher stuff.
Did they? I don't know.
Heard something about a 4. Maybe
there was that mod that we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
The Witcher Unleashed.
Where's Witcher Racing?
Witcher X Combat Racing.
I'm going to read this title on Games Radar, and the title is The Witcher 4, Geralt's Gone for Good. It's definitely coming, and everything else we know so far. So
we know
this
nothing.
Sounds like a saved you a click video games article.
Yeah. It's probably I don't know. They're probably working on something. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this affects CD Projekt Red going forward. Maybe they'll get someone who it creates less of a hostile work environment, maybe?
I don't know if we'll see the ripple effects of this for a while, since Cyberpunk they're gonna be working on Cyberpunk for like at least another 2 years. So
those are like our famous last words on this podcast. Is I don't think we'll see the ripple effect for a while.
Do you think Cyberpunk will be allowed back on console storefronts by the end of this year? Because I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it will be.
There's a lot of time left in the year. I think they're, yeah.
All right, write it down. We'll come back in however many episodes that is.
Yeah, I'll totally remember.
I don't even remember what happened last week. I'll remember this, though.
Well, I can tell you something that happened this week.
What?
And that is shame on you, IGN. Shame on you.
Do we want to talk about this? Do we want to talk about this when we talk about the Epic stuff? Because this is kind of linked to that. You know how IGN got that news, right?
Was it from that trial?
I'm pretty sure it was from the trial. Yeah.
What? I don't care, because this is just more like
whatever. I just talk about it because it is stupid.
So Nintendo put out a statement, or had put out a statement at some point, specifically saying that.
Well, no, this is, like I said, this was from the trial. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever. Nintendo at some point in time has said that partners of the company cannot work with the Yakuza, which is very standard in Japanese business. Hey, don't work with the organized crime groups. Even though the Yakuza do have some like positives to them out of most organized crime groups, but whatever.
Let's not whatever the fuck you're saying. I disavow. Shut the fuck up.
No, what I'm going to say is that they usually respond faster to.
I don't care. Whatever you're saying. Whatever.
They respond faster to earthquakes, usually, and response for first aid for them faster than the government usually does for the local area. That's the only positive I've ever heard about the Yakuza. So,
Cool.
take that as you will.
They do karaoke, from what I understand.
So the thing is with this IGN article, and this is like really non-news, but Jordan Oleman, who wrote the article, or whoever your editor-in-chief is, who approved this at the end of the day, why did you authorize, like, they specifically put images of Yakuza 7.
Jordan Oleman is a freelance writer for IGN. So,
whether or not
it doesn't work for the website.
But still, like, you shouldn't, in an article like this, A, tag it with Yakuza 7, and B, like, put Yakuza 7 imagery on it, because it has nothing to do with the video game.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it's one of those non article, like, fluff piece things where it's like, oh, they don't work with Yakuza? What? And everyone's like, wow, that's so random and wacky. Why would they have to do something like that? Or something. Or it's like, whatever. Like, obviously they don't want to work with the Yakuza.
Shocking.
Yeah, big surprise. I think a lot of people saw this and were like, damn, guess that explains why Yakuza isn't on Switch. Well, like, that's not what that fucking means. That wasn't something way bad.
In the article later, they also like state like this has nothing to do with Yakuza being on Switch, even though the series director has said that the game don't work on this program.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yes, Switch is not ideal for Yakuza games. Yeah, this is really funny. Probably shouldn't have done this.
Who, us?
No, they shouldn't have done this. We probably shouldn't have sung praises of the...
I'm not singing praises of the Yakuza. I am repeating information that I had heard and letting people infer that data as their own.
Tabby Nickel totally beefs it. On this episode of Journalism Not Guaranteed.
I've been beefing it all day today.
All right. What fucking? Okay. Here's something. Here's something I can just talk about. PlayStation is partnering with Discord. If you recall, we had this little saga, like a couple weeks ago, about a possible Discord buyout by Microsoft. Plans about that fell through, as we know, and it appears that. It's not a buyout, but Discord is partnering with PlayStation to get the app on consoles. So Null's getting his wish, sorta.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's for the best. Like,
yeah, that's good. This is good news.
Yeah, no, this is pretty cool. What are do we know like the minutia of it at all, or do we only know they are planning an app?
We know they're working on it.
Yeah, this is supposed to come to fruition next year. So this is really just an announcement.
Because if this app improves VoIP on like PlayStation only, that's cool. I like that. If this app allows for cross communication via VoIP between PC and Sony, like PlayStation, I fucking love this.
That's what I imagine it has to be. Like, if they're saying Discord is partnering to make an app for it, I have to imagine they're just going to give Discord functionality onto the Sony.
That would be weird to have a weird walled garden sort of thing, where like if you're talking to someone on your PlayStation, you can only talk to other. That's like a Nintendo thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing about this would be that like, so you could talk to people who are like. You could talk to people who are on like Steam. You could talk to people who are playing on Windows like Store, right? If that was the case. However, you could not talk to people who are on the Xbox.
Really?
I mean, if there's no Discord app for Xbox, then they can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they could to people who are on Windows Store.
Counterpoint. Imagine owning an Xbox. Imagine.
My roommate owns an Xbox. That's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
just a little
who
bit
cares?
funny. It's like you talk about a walled garden. I'm like, it's not walled around like Sony. It's walled around the Xbox, and everyone else can get in.
Yeah. Okay. What other? All right. Here's another small thing. Konami, I believe I reported. Tectonic Improv, a well-revered journalist, reported that Konami would be presenting at E3, much to everyone's surprise. I would like to report that this is not the case. Konami has announced that they are not going to be at E3 this year due to timing. They assure people that there are projects in development that are very important, but that none of them are ready to be shown at E3. Okay.
Yeah. They're working really hard on the pachinko machines. They just can't make it.
They can't ship them over the Suez Canal blockage. It just completely.
What is Konami like working on? What do they do now?
We don't know. That's the thing.
Like, what could they be
were
working on that's more important than doing EA for my entertainment?
So the thing is, like, Konami,
E3, yeah.
as of Metal Gear Solid Survive, was like saying, we're pulling out of the game sphere. We're gonna focus on pachinko and then our other, like, I don't know how much money Yu-Gi-Oh makes them. But I think with the pandemic, they kind of realized, like, oh, everything else we do means we're gonna run out of money if we don't have this in case something like this happens again.
So I don't think they're. I don't think Konami. When they say they're deep in development, I don't even know if they have like anything more than a skeleton crew of game developers there. What I think what they mean is that the teams that they've contracted to use their IPs are probably deep in development, if anything, because they're making that Getsu Fumiden game, or that they have a company making that Getsu Fumiden game. There's rumors. We'll have to wait and see about the Silent Hill thing. That would be under Konami, though. And who knows what else working on. Maybe there's a Goemon game being made. I don't know.
Mystical Ninja Goemon?
Yeah, the one and only.
What do we know about Judgment?
Judgment?
The game that released.
We talked about
Did
that.
we?
Yes.
Yeah, Sony leaked the sequel name, Lost Judgment.
Oh, what the fuck?
We're already forgetting
You
shit
good?
that happened in the podcast.
My brain is so dead.
Bro,
Sniff,
have you ever
go
listened
sniff
to
some
The
coffee.
Caretaker? The Caretaker, though?
So, someone who's not having their care taken care of is allegedly 343 Industry employees as of right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, however, unallegedly, is that there is a person who was posting on Bilibili, the Chinese social media site, who claims to be a member, an ex-employee of 343 Industries, who is saying that they're putting people on crunch until they get the game out, which we know was delayed until like next year. Like, did they say Q2 next year? I think they said Q2. So if there's, if they're forcing crunch essentially for a year, that's not the best way to treat your employees.
I don't know. I'll read about it in the book that I bought.
So this is coming from someone at Bilibili.
Bilibili is a Chinese social media website.
So this is a Chinese employee.
This is apparently a Chinese employee of 343, which they have like support studios, I believe, in China for 343 Industries because it's Microsoft.
Okay.
So this is like
And they
heavy,
are saying
this is like heavy alleged plus possible language barrier.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a user on reset error translating.
Okay, so like language barrier plus reset error. This is like heavy.
Exactly.
Heavy allegedly.
So yeah, this is all allegedly, but this is something to no.
Yeah.
And if more reports come out about this, maybe it's more true, or if there's an insider, we just don't know. We just don't know.
I'd like to get somebody with like actual credibility talking about this with multiple people in the company. Hopefully this gets eyes on it in some like way.
Yeah, it was a post on thegamer.com, which like has, some people reading it at least.
Gamer kind of blowing up, dude.
Gamers?
Yeah,
Gamers
they
on
got
the rise.
That, they got that PSN story before anyone else, I think.
I mean, I've been following them. It's
that gamer, he's gaming.
He's gaming.
Speaking
We'll
speaking of games that you can game in, let's talk about a game called Tactical Breach Wizards that was just kind of announced today by
Do we have
developer.
to?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say that this just by name alone, I would buy this game.
Yeah. Tom Francis is the guy making this. You know Tom Francis from Gunpoint, a very good 2D puzzle game.
Tom Francis's Ghost Recon Wizardry.
Yes. But he is making a game that looks to be like Door Breachers, kind of like a tactical shooter game with puzzle solving elements into it, about wizard soldiers. He describes it as wizards in Kevlar.
Wizard soldiers. Okay, one, I drew a picture of a wizard with a Kevlar vest once, so they actually need to pay me royalties. But two, like wizard soldiers I'm super big into that idea. I'm not super big into the idea of it in a puzzle game.
No, it's like an XCOM style puzzle. It's like, look at the gameplay. It's like, like a tactics game that you're moving around.
We're gonna call that a puzzle game?
Well, it's a puzzle game like Into the Breach.
Okay. Exciting.
Yeah, no, that's pretty alright. That's cool.
It looks cool. I'm excited to try it out.
Give me the name of the game one more time. I just want to hear it again.
Tactical Breach Wizards.
Tactical Breach Wizards. God, what a fucking good name. Hire this man.
And then my last thing, actually, I'll just get it out
they
of
have
the way
guns. Never mind. This just sucks.
Yeah. No, but they
What?
still cast magic and stuff.
That's what she said.
No, but their guns shoot magic seemingly.
That's
as well.
less cool.
No, that's even more cool.
I was
in my
so
book.
on board until I saw the gun.
No.
I don't know. I just don't know what you're expecting.
I want
I
them
was
to
expecting
fucking shoot
exactly
lightning
that.
out of their hands. They're wizards.
They also do that. They just also have guns. And the last thing that I'll talk about is Netflix announced a League of Legends animated series.
Starring Jinx?
Is this the
starring
same
Jinx.
one that we've known about?
Yes, but it's I think they
Now it's
were
like
actually-
confirmed on Netflix, basically.
It's confirmed on Netflix. They showed CGs and they'd say it's coming out this fall.
Yeah, because we've seen stuff for this for about a year. It's interesting to see like a release date and a platform. It being on Netflix is a humongous W.
Yes.
Which
I'll make the joke everybody's thinking, wow, I can't believe League of Legends is stealing something from Dota again.
listen,
There's the Dota animated
'cause
series.
There was that dragon prince.
wasn't that like
anime or
pretty
whatever.
bad though?
I have heard nobody
The
talk
Australian
about it.
didn't like it.
Okay.
That
Fuck
doesn't
the
tell you
Australian.
anything. I love you. Mwah.
But that's the last of my news, except for the big thing, which we probably want to save for the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire off my big thing, and it's the it's something that's kind of blown up a little bit in retro gaming circles. Oh, retro. Sorry if this makes anyone feel old when I call 3DS games retro, but
Is the 3DS retro?
no, but
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch.
retro channels and people are covering this anyway. Whatever. There was reports that German copies of Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were not working on people's 3DSs. Now, just that like headline alone is like, that's concerning. But then it turned out that this was like using a sample size of like 6 or so carts, so everyone was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then the plot thickens a little more because I believe the sample size increased at some point. Even this even resulted in Cerebi, the guy who has hosted like that Pokemon fan site for
John Cerebi.
Yeah, Joe Cerebi himself. He's had like a fucking Pokemon fan site for over 2 decades now. It looks like was made in 2001. So reliable source. Even he tried using his or like a friend's cart that apparently didn't work unless he didn't have the firmware updated. So this caused even more confusion. So everyone was just wondering what the fuck was happening. And I believe it was Luigi Blood on Twitter started. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But whatever.
Sounds like a bad creepypasta.
Yeah, I've seen this guy's name around a bit. He mentioned that Nintendo apparently switched their carts from what was it? It's like Secure ROM to Flash ROM, I believe is what they changed to.
Yes.
And Flash ROM apparently has a shelf life of like 5 to 15 years or something like that.
That's pretty rough.
I thought it was longer. I thought it was like 20 years to 35.
It's something like that. So, and this is like starting with the DS. So people were like, "Oh, that must be it. That's terrible." But I don't know if that's exactly like that accurate, because like the DS launched in 2004, and I feel like if the shelf life was about like 15 or so years, we would be getting tons of stories about DS games fucking croaking, because it's 2021. Yeah. It's been over 15 years.
It'd be like PSP batteries.
Yeah, it'd be like PSP batteries, which, as we all know. But the people seem to be running with this until yesterday. What was it, Voltar? He's like a retro modding guy. He's been on the scene for a long time. He posted a video.
He helped work on the RetroTink 5X.
Yeah, stuff like that. He's a pretty well known guy in the community. But he got what was it? He got a cart of Omega Ruby that apparently wasn't working in a similar way, and he had a theory that it had something to do with the soldering, the seating of the soldering or whatever. So like I believe what the idea was that by inserting and taking out your 3DS cart like over and over for a long period of time, like weakens the soldering of the chip, right, inside of the cart. Which would possibly cause it to stop working. So what Voltar did is he looked inside of this 3DS cart and just re-soldered the thing together, put it back, and it suddenly started working again. So this could possibly be what's going on with these Omega Ruby carts, because Pokemon's a pretty popular game, so I have a feeling that out of any 3DS game, it would be going in and out of
I don't know. Have you played Red Steel?
Red Steel? Red Steel isn't on the 3DS.
What's that game that people like, that 3DS game that's like a submarine game?
Steel Diver?
That one.
Damn. Get owned. Well, in the meantime, between Steel Diver sessions, you're playing Omega Ruby. So this seems plausible to me that this is the issue, considering it's so isolated,
If it's just an unsolder, resolder affair, that's not bad. All things considered. Of all the things that could go wrong with it, if it's just needing to resolder it, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I guess. It's definitely better than the fast ROM dying and making the cart useless. But this is also a 3DS cart, so it's not exactly as easy as getting your tri-wing screwdriver to to open up your board and replace your battery on the whatever the fuck the green parts of the chips are called in games.
This is why I'm a Luddite, guys. Like, just new technology bad. I'm like
Well,
half.
But this
I'm
is
like,
old technology.
I'm like half a Luddite, right? It's like new technology. Listen, it's not new to me. Or wait, it's not old to me.
Yeah. So slightly concerning, maybe not as concerning as people were making it out to be. This was a pretty big story for a couple of days, but it seems to have died down a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't that big of an issue. Everything is ephemeral, though, as Null said famously last week, I believe.
Yes. Art is an explosion.
Art is ephemeral. Just hopefully it's a little less ephemeral.
Yeah.
No, you got any more news?
Tabby, yes, I do. But Tabby, you know what this means. You need to start backing up Pokemon carts in your raid drive.
Yeah, Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's kind of a rare series. We don't know if anyone else has these games backed up, so it's up to you, Tabs.
Could we like run like a service where people send us their like Pokemon carts and we back up their game for them and store them for like later retrieval?
No.
No, we can't do that.
And I'm saying that as a legal answer, no. I cannot take someone's ROM, extract it from it, and then redistribute it to them. You have to do that yourself. Just like you have to burn your own DVDs and you can maintain those backups. However, you cannot give them to other people.
Okay, but how does that work with like cloud services then? Because you're technically like giving them possession of your stuff.
What do you mean cloud?
Like if you're like uploading something onto like a Google Drive for your own like storing purposes, but you're technically like it's still being held by Google, and you're still like you could be paying Google for extra drive space.
Can other people access that file? Are you trying to make that a source for a way that other people can access? That is the distinct
but
issue.
neither would we.
I'm just gonna stop talking about this.
No, talk about your fucking news. Christ,
All right,
I zoned out for a bit. What's happening?
Noel's trying to get me to distribute ROMs.
No,
that
not
other
distribute,
people
just
provide
hold
us.
No, I
later
think
use.
he's just trying to own you for data hoarding.
Okay. No, listen. This is. I'm just talking about big journalism, not guaranteed business. Giant Bomb.
Look, I can delete the internet, and I will do it.
What do we know about Giant Bomb? They're like related to GameSpot in like somewhere, right?
Yeah, they were.
I think we're going
guys.
to talk about. I think we're going to talk about this story fairly recently. If anything.
Wait.
What
do you mean?
My friend watched a lot of Giant Bomb back in the day. I didn't really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't actually know a lot about Giant Bomb either. I just know that basically like the three main dudes, Alex Navarro, Brad Shoemaker, and Vinny Caravella, have all announced at once that they're leaving. Like they all put out separate tweets like, "Hey, this Friday is going to be my last day." Apparently, from what I understand, there has been a lot of talk about the future of Giant Bomb and what they want from it, and whether or not like that's possible with them there and at the helm. Evidently, they decided it's probably best for them to move on.
Yeah. What was his name? Jeff Gerstmann? Is that his name? He's
Jeff
still
Gerstmann.
there.
Yeah, he's still around. He's supposed to make some sort of announcement about this.
Yeah.
Giant Bomb. It is like they're one of those old internet giants. They're like a Rooster Teeth or a Mega 64.
Yeah, there are still like multiple founding members that are still going to be on it. I just don't know their names.
Yeah. More importantly,
I know Brad Shoemaker. He's been with the website for at least 10 years, I think.
I think they all have.
Yeah, they've pretty much all been there for 10 years. Like I said, they're all like founding members. But that's interesting. I'm kind of interested in seeing because they're talking about the future of Giant Bomb, and I'm kind of curious as to what they mean by that and what they'll do with the site, with the network, as you will.
Well, they basically just had 3 out of the 5 people on their podcast just quit simultaneously.
Yeah, the podcast.
So listen, they're gonna have to find seats to fill.
If you need to fill 3 seats on the Giant Cast,
I'm just saying.
Or is it the Bombcast?
I'm morally bankrupt enough to do that.
I'm just saying. There, you got 3 bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young podcasters.
Investigative journalists.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
thank you,
know
investigative journalists.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't even know how I feel about calling ourselves journalists.
Alleged investigative
Oh
journalists.
yes, alleged
It's okay.
journalists.
It's in the title. We can call ourselves whatever the fuck we want.
That's true.
We have plausible deniability.
But yeah, no. You said you have something to say about Giant Bomb, Tech?
Who, me?
Yeah, you said you had a friend who watched it or some shit.
Yeah, I was at one of my friends like religiously watched Giant Bomb when I was in school. I should have asked him how he was taking this news, but I didn't think to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe he can come back to me soon.
Yeah, that would be cool. Giant Bomb always seems like one of those things where I'm just like, this is like too. How do I put this without saying the word mainstream?
Corporate,
sanitized, clean. Those words.
I don't know if they're clean.
The podcast was not. It was just high production quality.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about the podcast. The website existed before the podcast, right?
I mean, the main
Yes.
reason people like Giant Bomb was that it was fun personalities. It was kind of like Rooster Teeth.
Really? Okay.
Without the
I mean, maybe
behind the scenes drama.
Without the sex crimes.
Maybe
Without the sex crimes alleged.
without the
No,
yes.
not alleged.
Confirmed.
Confirmed sex
Whatever
crimes.
the fuck they were, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe this is just me having having had preconceptions about it and just being like, oh, let's just not watch this or look at it at all because it seems like something that would be not my bag.
As a youth, I made the choice of my one gaming podcast to listen to because I could only mentally handle one, and I did not choose the Giant Bomb cast.
Yeah, you picked the Best Friends cast. How'd that work out for you?
Great, still going on.
Is it?
Technically,
Castle Super
yes.
Beast.
I know. I was trying to make a
They
joke.
use the same RSS feed, and they're still using the same. Oh no, are they?
What if
I don't think
instead
they're
of
using Sync
journalism
Channel
not
anymore.
guaranteed, we named our podcast like 3 good friends who will remain friends until the end of time?
That's a really good name for a podcast, and that's also going to be the title of this episode. so we can get screen capped when we all break up.
So is that all our news except that one thing that we've been kind of skating around?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. If it isn't, we're going with it now. We'll save stuff for the end because this is the
People's Court theme here.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Night-
dun,
no.
dun.
I want the Night Court theme.
I don't know the Night Court theme.
The Night Trap theme.
Bum, bum, bum. It's
I thought that was the
night-
People's Court.
I thought that was Night Court.
Oh Christ!
As I
Wait, no, play the Phoenix Wright. Play the. Yeah, I'll fucking
Play the
play
Danganronpa
only
theme.
for it. No.
no, sorry. Night Court theme is like it has like a groovy bass line to it. But court is in session, not between us, but between Epic and Apple. That the Epic versus Apple lawsuit, the hashtag free Fortnite suit, is
hashtag 1989. Or wait, was it 1890?
hashtag 1980 Fortnite.
Yeah, whatever. 1984. Yeah.
So for those who have been living under a rock about this, towards
This one,
the
actually.
summer of last year, Epic pushed out an update to Fortnite on iOS and Android devices, allowing you to make a purchase not through a direct purchase through Epic that was cheaper than buying it through the App Store, which is against Apple's terms of service. You are not allowed to do that because Apple wants to take their cut. Epic, Epic lost their license to publish games and applications on the iOS. So
And
I
they
think even-
knew this would happen, clearly.
they knew this would happen because within the day that they got taken off the App Store, which was like 12 hours after it happened, less, I think. They put out a recreation of Apple's 1984 ad from the early 90s, I think.
No, this is from the 80s.
This is from the 80s?
This is
Okay.
an 80s commercial, yeah.
Yeah, which was like, you know, like how
It's the one where the lady throws the computer monitor in the screen.
yes.
It's an iconic commercial. Everyone knows it. It's been parodied a billion times. They did it in Fortnite, free Fortnite.
They did it in 1980 Fortnite. And
Yeah,
so
George Orwell and Animal Crossing.
there was a bunch of things that had happened before this, but now we are finally into the suit. The suit itself, very comfortable. No, the lawsuit.
The trial has begun, everyone, and it is a shit show.
So as we for historians listening to this piece and anthropologists listening to this piece of human history right now, we are currently in a pandemic, and because of this, the court is not happening in person. It is all happening remotely through Zoom. And I want to talk about this because this comes up a couple times and I've seen it in a lot of things. Why does everyone have such shitty microphones?
I don't know.
Microphone shortage.
No, that's over. The microphone shortage is non-existent anymore.
I mean, do you want to see, like, the microphone that I'm given for my job? This is the microphone that they're using, too. It's shitty.
I understand, but, like, I feel like a lawyer should be able to...
You're talking over a phone.
I feel like a lawyer should be able to afford...
over a phone, and I don't get a good microphone.
They should be able to afford at least a Blue Yeti.
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Like, at least that. But
you're getting the Logitech, like... stick mic that you've had since Windows XP,
or it's their MacBook built-in microphone. That's But day one was mostly opening statements. Not a lot happened really, except the funniest part, which is since they're using Zoom, somebody found the Zoom link that was meant for press. So
I can't believe we're only
yes.
on this part. Christ, there's so much to talk about.
So people were like joining into the call. Kids. There were adults who were joining, but kids were joining into the call and just like saying dumb shit that kids
free
do.
Fortnite.
Yeah, they want free Fortnite.
They want free Fortnite. And then that got resolved, and then we moved on to not interviews. What is it called? What's the term?
The opening statements?
No, not opening statements. We're past that.
Cross-examination?
Yeah, cross-examination. It's not even a cross-examination. It's the thing where the lawyers talk to representatives in regards to the case on various sides for various pieces of evidence and all that jazz.
I'm going to have to rewatch My Cousin Vinny.
Yes. And we learned not only a lot of things about Epic and Apple throughout this, we've learned a lot about sort of some inside baseball inside the video game industry.
It's been juicy, everyone. It's been really juicy.
And it's fascinating to me because this is stuff I've always wanted to know.
Guarantee you we're not going to be able to cover everything.
There's definitely stuff we've missed, and I'm gonna start from the top, which I think is the biggest thing. Or no, it's not even the biggest thing. It's something that I wanted to know really badly, which was how much is Epic paying all these devs for exclusivity?
Well, all right, this is,
and we still don't know that. We still don't know that. This isn't
exclusive. Sure. This is the.
The first thing that I saw from all of this was a slide from Epic. I'm trying to pull it up.
It's a slide from Epic that's detailing. The Epic Game Store has this free game program where every month you can download a game for free, and obviously they need to. This isn't like a charity case. They obviously pay off developers to let them have their games be available for that certain amount of time, and we have like up until I believe September of 2019.
Yes. These were all games, or most of them were games that were part of their like launch 2-week giveaway, where they were like giving away a game every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I believe they were showing this off to reveal how much what was it, like, subscriber base, player base, customers?
Like how many
people joined because of these games. And the numbers are kind of low.
They are
is pretty shocking.
They're about exactly what I expected.
Yeah. Okay.
There's like, we're obviously not going to cover every single thing. I kind of want to just cover the couple big ones, and also reiterate what I saw a lot of people saying on Twitter, which was indie devs ask for more money, please. You are worth more than what you asked for in this.
So I saw people saying that, and I mean, always ask for more money, but I'm curious as to who you think got a raw deal.
Out of all of these, I think guys like the Axiom Verge guys.
It's one dude.
Is it one dude? Okay, the Axiom Verge dude, and whoever makes Canary, and like basically anyone who asked for less than $100,000.
It's really rough because there is an incentive in the video game world, in the world generally, in the world of business, to be, an unknown, I'm using air quotes here, and to sell yourself below everybody else so that you get the deal. I think it's one of those things that is kind of like a sad truth of the system, and there's always going to be someone willing to sell themselves short to make sure that they get the slot and like the attention that
And that's fair. And like, what I'm interested in seeing, I don't know if these numbers came out, I just haven't seen them, is like, well, they don't have achievements, so you can't track this, but I want to see like completion percentage for these.
Do they have any of that shit? They don't have reviews.
They didn't have a search bar for like 500 days, I'm pretty sure.
That's Google Stadia.
No, this was before.
No, shut up.
Yes. Epic didn't have a search bar for a long time until like last year, I think. It does.
But my competition.
But your competition sucks. But I do want to go over a couple
I hate Valve, though.
I want to go over a couple of the big ones, and some of the more surprising ones. So, Subnautica was paid $1.4 million.
Great game.
Way to get that bag, Unknown Worlds.
But you have to look at the enrollment numbers to what the devs were paid, and do you think like would they would get nowhere near these numbers because of sales, like realistically, except for a couple, like Super Meat Boy's not getting 1.8 million or 1.7 million sales in current year.
Okay, well it could on the Xbox Live Arcade.
It could. That was,
It probably did. It
probably did because of Indie Game the movie.
It's yeah, exactly. It's also like almost a decade old game, so I feel like 50K is like a decent amount for something like that.
It was just the first one on the list I saw after.
Yeah.
If you feel like Epic is like giving anyone a raw deal, I mean, if you're looking at them like as a publisher, I just wonder how different that is from any other large publisher.
Yeah. It's interesting that you bring up Subnautica because what was it? The Sony like Play at Home initiative thing. One of the games they were giving away was Subnautica, so
it was probably a similar price.
I wonder if this is more or less than how much Sony paid for them. Well, we'll never know, but
Sony may have cracked a deal with them because they are releasing that Subnautica DLC as like a PlayStation console exclusive, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you think? Well, wait a minute. Then I was gonna say
it could be like Sony being like, hey, we want to give you some funding, and either Sony or Unknown Worlds may have gone, well, we would like funding, or we'd like you to buy our game Subnautica to then give out to people for free. But how about we get some money for that, and then you also give us funding directly for this DLC, and we make it like an exclusive thing, yada yada yada, that kind of. Okay, I don't know if that actually happened, but that could have happened.
Oh my god. I just noticed this Limbo. They paid Playdead $350K for Limbo.
For Limbo.
That's whoever the fuck is negotiating at Playdead deserves a fucking raise. That's insane.
And I
Limbo's
also think
like only a few years older than Meat Boy.
Compared to For Honor.
I was looking at that one too. That's
For
so
Honor
fucking
got
sad.
$63,000. Like, I understand, like Ubisoft doesn't care a lot, but like, how? Like, look at these other numbers. Like Epic, well, heard that they just went, yeah, no, sure, lock it and sign the contract now.
They're really like trying to like scrape that like anything they can out of For Honor. So I don't like. I have no surprise. That is not surprising in the slightest to me.
$800K for Inside. Wow.
Yes, $800K for Inside.
Hey, Edmund McMillan got $200K for The End Is Nigh. That's cool. Good for him.
Mutant Year Zero got $1 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never even heard of this game.
Mutant Year Zero is actually pretty good. It's a tabletop RPG, and then it's like an XCOM game with like RPG elements.
Still, jeez.
It's pretty fun. It's not $1.5 million from Epic.
It's $1 million.
Though.
You know.
Oh, sorry, $1 million. I was looking at Batman
Fez
Arkham.
got 75,000 though.
Yeah, but that's Phil Fish. That's just like paying
They
his
probably
salary
offered
for
him
a year.
more, and then Phil opened his fat mouth, and they offered him less. We love you, Phil. Come on the show. I love Indie Game the Movie.
What's up with Metro being at 0?
It was probably some sort of deal that they struck.
Yeah.
Isn't like the new Metro game Epic exclusive?
Last Light was Metro. Not Last Light.
No, not Last Light. Last Light's a few years old.
Exodus.
Yeah.
That one. Metro Exodus was an Epic exclusive for a couple months.
So maybe they
broke a deal. It was be an Epic exclusive there, and then instead, or Epic moved the money around to try to make this number look lower and said, "Oh, that was part of funding for Metro."
0's pretty low.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
I feel like if you're trying to hide something, a big fat fucking 0 and a giant list of like hundreds of thousands of dollars is not very like subtle.
But it's whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy. Enter the Gungeon getting 700,000.
Oh, that's
Nice.
that
Gungeon was also one of those Sony games that was being given away.
And Devolver's known to do that, so like they're known to broker deals. But whoever at Devolver, because there was also
Stories Untold got 300K.
Got 300,000, like kind of ridiculous.
Slime Rancher at 500, dude. That's kind of
Whew.
I 100% at that game. I love that game.
The new to Epic percentage is also interesting because you can see with Subnautica it was a lot of new accounts who joined in. Like,
well, that was one of the first games, right? Wasn't it?
Yes.
Subnautica
sense. Was the first, so that's why that number would be the highest.
Yeah.
But the only time it gets back above 10% is at Batman Arkham.
Yeah, the Batman Jankum games, which makes sense. You know, those are pretty tentpole releases.
I didn't even look.
Still kind of like
Edmund McMillan. Sorry to go back on it. Edmund McMillan got $200,000 for The End Is Nigh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. He works. He works with another guy. What's his name? Tyler.
The creator.
Yeah, the creator.
Thanks, Null.
Yeah, so 100K went to Tyler, the creator, as well.
That's still pretty good. Yeah,
but no,
that's some interesting stuff to see. We never see numbers.
And this is just the surface.
Yeah,
there's more.
Just the surface. Totaled up, it's about $11.6 million was spent on this, which in the scale of games is actually not that much.
What's the time frame for this? Like how long is this data?
A year.
A year,
or like a couple of. Well, I mean, I guess we could just count them. It's from December 2018 to September 2019.
Okay,
so
this is
a little under a year.
About enough time to have a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, a child called Epic.
What's not on there is Hades.
Hades wasn't a free game though.
But it was I want to see exclusive numbers. That's really
it
what
was
I
an
want to
early
see.
access game. They're probably embarrassing if I'm being honest. Literally no one was talking about Hades until it came out of early access.
Yes. Oh well, it wasn't even until it was out of early access. It was until it was on Steam.
Well, it's the same. That's the same thing.
Was it on early access for a little bit? Well, it was whatever. That's
I don't think so.
More importantly, Fortnite makes a little bit of money. We all know this. we all know that Fortnite loves big money. Apparently, in its first 2 years, that was 2018. No, yeah,
Yes.
2018, 2019. Fortnite earned $9 billion.
That's enough
we
money
look
to
at that
buy ZeniMax.
Yes, they earned as much money as Microsoft paid for Bethesda. It doesn't break down that what exactly came from Epic, but it's assumed around $5.5 billion came from just Fortnite.
So did they talk about how much money licensing out the Unreal Engine makes?
Yeah. It's 221
Epic's
million.
engine brought in 221 million.
Drop in the bucket.
Wow, that's not nearly as much as Fortnite. Wow.
Yeah.
Rocket League only made 108 million. Only.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
these numbers are so astronomically large.
Yeah.
And the Epic Game Store actually earned 235 million between 2018 and 2019.
And they don't expect it to profit until like 2024. What did they say? 2024. And then Apple was like, it looks like it'll start to profit in 2027. So, it's the pessimist versus the optimist.
I didn't see this before, but I actually just found
it's so ridiculous that these companies just have so much money that they're able to just be like, yeah, we haven't profited in like 10 years. We're ready to hit those like margins soon though.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wish I could not profit for 10 years and be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually looking at the trial documents now. I didn't know these were like I didn't know where I could get them. So this is
public knowledge, aren't they? That's how
they are public knowledge. They are like so, but I didn't know where you could actually find them. But I found them on one of the articles that I was looking at.
The fuck? Yo, you guys see that shit? I'm bleeding like really badly.
I noticed that.
What the fuck?
Welcome to the Knowles Bleeding Podcast.
Yeah, all right, take it away. Keep going, Tabby.
I'm trying to remember everything. That's the thing.
We're sorry if we don't cover everything, but this. Come on, guys.
There was a lot of
much
info, and it was spread out. Okay, so I can remember some stuff now. The estimation on per account cost for all those new games was about $2.37 per account on average. Okay. So they basically gave users $2 for free, but for all that stuff.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Borderlands cost them $80 million for exclusivity for 6 months. So I imagine other devs are around that number. I'd say at least AAA devs that are looking at exclusivity through them are looking at about that number. Indie devs are probably looking in like the 10 to 20 million range.
I wonder how much money that like Patreon. Do you remember like way back that indie game that had like a Patreon to fund development for the game that got an Epic exclusivity deal, and they just like started pitching out the people that were mad at them? I wonder how much money they got.
Well, assumingly, it's enough to recover all development costs.
It's enough to bitch out the people who are supporting you on Patreon. So
yes. Epic also stated they are quote prepared to lose loads.
Same brother up top. Let's go. Thank you, everybody.
In regards to the Apple and Google cases. And with this, there's also some information that was leaked, I'm going to call it, even though it's all public court documents, about new crossover characters that are going to be coming to Fortnite, which include Samus Aran from Metroid. Some game, I don't know, I've never heard of it before.
That
franchise.
Concept art looked pretty cool of this character.
I didn't even look at it, but more importantly,
is it a suit?
Less importantly,
in the power suit.
Whack.
They said the Hunger Games' Katniss Everdeen is going to be one, but most importantly,
is
diehard protagonist John McClane.
it seems like these were plans that fell through, not like
Oh,
were
was
gonna
that?
happen.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Um,
Also,
Yes.
whenever people were talking about this, Tim Sweeney would always refer to Fortnite as like a metaverse,
yes.
which made me laugh because it made me clap and think of Persona 5.
Oh my!
It gave me Persona 5 vibes whenever he'd say that, and I didn't
but
know he was talking about Fortnite.
There were a couple things because representatives from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo were all interviewed and cross-examined and spoke in the trial
You remember-
about things, and that's where a lot of some of this leaked information comes from. That is interesting to say the least.
You remember when we were talking like maybe one podcast ago about how like we don't see the blood sports anymore in these big companies. And then I'm just completely forgetting during that time that there's like an ongoing blood feud between Apple and Epic.
Well, it was
Yes.
kind of dormant until now, and this like court has kind of like revealed the blood sports behind the scenes, because something I think Null actually forgot to talk about was the this trial revealed that Sony would charge fees for crossplay.
Yeah.
I assume we were just saying.
No,
that
I was
until now
going to talk about it here.
Okay, yeah, I didn't.
But-
yeah. Oh wait, 404 alert 404 in the
good,
vicinity.
404.
Wait.
It might just be saved badly because the dock is being fucked up inside baseball. Anyway, this was a thing where basically, it's not 404. It's still up. They were talking about how like in certain circumstances, Epic would have to pay additional revenue, and those certain circumstances would be if the player was like buying it on Epic, spending no money on Sony, but playing it on Sony, and they would have to like pay fees. And I imagine
Yeah,
that
here's
would that would be true for like any other game who is doing that as well. They were saying that like Sony's policy stipulates that like you can't transfer virtual currency to or from PlayStation, so like you can't buy shit on like the Epic Game Store for your Fortnite account, like buy V-Bucks and then transfer them over to like PSN. They need to have that cut of it.
Yeah, that's been like at least assumed for a while because most crossplay games don't let you do that.
But what the interesting thing is like one of the stipulations for enabling crossplay was like they have to be spending money on Sony or we need a cut. Like just you need to pay like a crossplay tax. I'm using quotations on crossplay tax.
So the examples they give is they are essentially if you what is it? It's if it's money earned outside of Sony, so like
the
say
ecosystem, yeah.
the Sony ecosystem, they have to pay between 60 and 90%, it seems.
Yeah.
It's a cut.
And
That is a cut.
Well, there's revenue share in the second month though. I don't know how that
okay.
works, but like
the second month, the most profitable month of your game's life, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean this is like obviously the memes Sony being prudent with crossplay, but this kind of makes sense. Like there's no point in having it on your like platform if it's not going to make you any money, right?
Especially when you're winning the console generation.
You put that in quotes, but
Switch
they
is an
ostensibly
argument.
did.
I mean like Xbox is there's no such thing as generations anymore, so like PlayStation's the only one still doing it.
We're beyond generations.
PlayStation
We're
is the only
PG
one still in
post-generations.
generations, so they automatically win every generation.
Winners every time. That's why Sega needs to come. That's why Microsoft should buy Sega.
God.
Yeah, so they can.
I
not
see
do
you've
anything.
been reading
Got it.
Microsoft Twitter recently.
Microsoft stand. Do you want to talk about the Microsoft stuff?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Microsoft stuff. I need to find where that's hiding because I didn't actually link it. But Microsoft had... There's a document shown words talking that was shown about Microsoft's launch titles and game releases from Q3 and Q4 2020. I don't know the
There's also some like internal stuff. I'm sorry. There was like some internal stuff of like Microsoft had plans or like expected their like Sony and Nintendo to have certain releases out by the year. Like I believe there was a I believe they expected Breath of the Wild 2 to have been out by now.
Yes.
And they were, I assume, planning accordingly, which is pretty funny. And there's an internal review by Xbox of The Last of Us 2.
Yes.
Wait.
And it's a favorable one.
Okay.
I've heard people say it's like one of the most favorable reviews of The Last of Us 2.
Wait, is there, can we read that review? Is that possible?
Let me pull it up.
Let me find. Yeah. Jamie, pull that up.
You pull it up. I'll talk about the thing. That
Not that we're gonna read the review on stream or anything or on camera.
No, it's pretty long.
I just want to for my own purposes.
So, there was a document, and I don't have it anymore, but it exists, where Microsoft basically listed out like, okay, this game is going to release this time. The funniest thing out of the entire thing is they misspelled Balan Wonderworld. They called it Balan Wonderland.
Oh God. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, and Tabby was like saying like, do you think it was originally called Wonderland? It's like, no, I think they just fucked it up like everyone else has fucked it up.
I want to believe that it was changed last minute. It's the only way that you can like fuck up that bad and like not see the easy alliteration. But more importantly, there were 14 blacked out boxes. Roughly 14. I was comparing next to games like rows across, so like where things sat. So I'm going to say between 13 and 15. So with an average of 14.
There was one box redacted in like the 2019 release calendar. One, I believe, in 2020, and then there's like a shit ton in 2021.
So I thought those were all 2020. I thought there was Q3 and Q4 2020.
All right.
But more importantly,
find the picture?
I'm trying to find it. It's hard. One of the black boxes guaranteed Halo Infinite. That was in that Q3 2020 because that's when it was supposed to release.
Oh yeah.
It was supposed to release with the Xbox X.
Yeah, that adds up.
One of them probably a new Forza game. One of them's Fable. One of them's Outward. Games that don't technically exist yet.
Forza.
Fivesa. Yeah. But that means they have 9 or so games that we just don't know about. Or one was probably Perfect Dark. Well, no, they probably didn't expect Perfect Dark to come out this year.
Yeah.
So maybe, who knows? There's a good amount of games on there that are just like we don't know that Microsoft was allegedly trying to put out, and we don't know if it's because of delays or on the dev side or the pandemic, or if they just chose not to. Which would be really strange because when they realized, oh god, oh fuck, we have no games for our console launch.
A lot of these, well, maybe not a lot, but some of these games could have just been canceled. I think that's a possibility.
Remember, pandemic as well.
Yeah.
How could we forget?
I had said that.
Okay. It's just, and
the pandemic is totally reasonable, but it's reasonable for games being delayed. Let me clarify on that. The pandemic reasonable.
It makes me wonder what these games are when they're announcing games that ostensibly haven't even begun development yet. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, they apparently have plenty other games.
They have games
or canceled games.
And we don't know if any of those games that I had mentioned that are announced could be canceled at any moment.
They also
don't know if they
don't
don't necessarily have to be AAA games, right? They could be smaller titles. They could be like Battletoads tier. Hopefully not, but
yeah, I wouldn't read too far into this, but it is pretty cool to see the Xbox have game. Allegedly.
I'm trying to find the and then also with these Microsoft documents that came out, some console exclusivity stuff was revealed. Mostly small stuff, and it looks like time frames for said stuff. So Tetris Effect Connected was estimated to release end of last year, so that's actually one of those black boxes probably. And that is apparently going to have a 6-month exclusivity onto Xbox, and then is releasing onto PS4.
You said Tetris?
Tetris Effect Connected.
Is it like connected, like K-I-N-I? K-I-N-E-C?
No, it's not like the Kinect. It's like it's like a multiplayer.
It's the Tetris game made by the Res devs.
Oh,
Yep.
Cool. That's interesting.
It's like VR Tetris.
I was not interested until you said
also-
Res. Because the thing,
This
it's really
also-
hard for me to like get interested about Tetris anything.
It's like Tetris, but you're vibing. That's pretty much what it
Okay.
is. And people seem to really like it.
Tetris, cool. Stalker 2 was also, with this, able to be confirmed it's coming on consoles. It's going to have a 3-month console exclusivity onto Xbox.
3 months.
And I want to clarify this because I was talking with people about it and they didn't seem to get it. It says 3-month console exclusive. It's still going to release on PC.
Yeah.
Whether that's through the Windows Store or through Steam, most likely through Steam. Because the phrase console exclusivity has always been used in regards to not being on other consoles. Never
Not on PlayStation
PC.
is basically what it means.
Yeah. This is 3 months. Is like, why even do it at that point?
Because the sales of games happen mostly within their first month.
I guess so. I just feel like when it's like a year out, it's like, okay, man, I'm kind of feeling bullied into buying this game. But when it's like 3 months, it's like,
Shit, yeah. I feel like anyone could become a patient gamer if they knew.
Yeah.
If they knew they only had to wait 3 months.
anyone can subscribe.
I'm still waiting for Samurai Shodown 7 to release on Steam.
Sam Show. Isn't that gonna have bad netcode though?
I like the game. It's fun. Like, I can live with the bad netcode. And then a game called The Gunk, which states it's exclusive in perpetuity.
See, now that's a word that would make me be like, fuck, I have to buy this game on this console now.
Yep, we don't know. It is exclusive. We do not know for how long. But it's made by the Steam World guys.
Oh yeah, I remember them announcing this.
It's I didn't even see an announcement of it.
I think this was one of the games they announced at the Game Awards. I think I remember the name. It's kind of a hard name to forget because it makes you be like, it's one of those eyebrow raising games.
One last thing that I want to mention, at least of stuff that I remember from all this, is, and I think this is very funny, Apple's lawyers pleaded to the judge to not reveal how much money they take from developers.
Bro.
Like, they were like, please do not say this information. It's highly in a court case about money. And even though it's assumed it's somewhere above 90%, I think.
Wait a minute. You mean the cut that they take from the
the
iOS
cut
store?
they take.
Are you sure? No, because they were showing graphs and stuff that they take 30%, like the industry standard. That's their whole argument is that Epic is only targeting them because they think they can win it, whereas they don't target.
Maybe I was misreading something and just
I think you were because
One
the
thing
whole
I'm
predication
not
of the case is that Apple is arguing that Epic is singling them out when they just charge the industry standard of 30%.
Yep.
Because Epic doesn't want to go after, they're not going to take Nintendo to court. They're not going to take Sony or Microsoft to court. But I guess they think they can take Apple because maybe they think that other game studios will rally behind them or something. I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. But one thing I do remember. Oh god, I lost it.
Oh shit, sorry.
While you're trying to find it, what team are you on, Tech? Are you team Apple or are you team Fortnite?
I don't know. I feel like it's I feel like it's kind of trite to be like both sides are stupid.
I remember. I need to say it now before I forget.
Say it.
So the judge was the lawyers were talking to Mr. Sweeney on the stand, and the judge the lawyers, I think it was the judge, had asked, to confirm, Fortnite is mostly played by children, correct?
Oh, this. Yeah.
And Tim Sweeney said, a majority of our player base is children because
here it comes.
It's a children rated game. And so Tim Sweeney then started to argue that they should be allowed to let people purchase not through the Apple Store because it is more obtuse and takes more time, so it is not as easy as just clicking the pay button and accidentally buying stuff on mom's credit card.
And the judge was like, well, you're marketing this to mostly children. Shouldn't you be making it harder for them to make impulse purchases?
And he's saying that is us making it harder for them to make impulse purchases.
Yeah. It's like...
Yeah.
It's kind of a... He kind of got oh, what the fuck is that stupid Phoenix Wright song? He got the do 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 do. That's not. Yeah, I mean, not a good look, Mr. Sweeney.
I'm trying to see if there's any other updates.
Did he have a Popeyes cup on the stand?
I wish he did.
Oh my god! Please, not again.
Did he have the electro ball just sitting in the corner?
The plasma ball just sitting behind
the objection song. Yeah, he got objected, dude.
Yep. Tim, wait, I didn't know this. Tim Cook did not know who Tim Sweeney was in 2015.
Wasn't it the other way around?
No, this is Tim. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney had reached out to Tim Cook to change its rules for the App Store. Sweeney emailed Cook directly requesting to turn the App Store into an open platform. The email exchange was made public as part of the trial. Wait. Is this guy at one of our rehearsals reads an email from Apple CEO Tim Cook?
Tim Sweeney is funny. The CEO of Epic, right?
Yes, he's the head of Epic.
How do you not
CEO
know
of Epic Mega Games?
How do you not know the names of somebody you're partnering with?
It's...
Well, this was 2015, so was there anything on the iOS store at that point from Epic?
Infinity Blade?
Okay, well.
All right, but what about Jazz Jackrabbit? Was Jazz Jackrabbit on the iOS store at that point? I mean, that's the real killer app.
Probably not.
I rest my case.
I'm sandbagging.
Tim has been. Okay. Is there anything else about this court? I mean, this is ongoing. This hasn't ended yet.
There's probably more stuff that we missed. Yes. Hey, do you guys want to make
strap the fuck in?
Do you guys want to make a recap video when this is all said and done, so we can just do everything in one place?
Sure, Tabby can edit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it'll definitely come out.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm sure we missed some stuff. But stay tuned. I'm sure there will be more juicy drama next week. I'm sure we'll find out who else was supposed to be in Fortnite. Maybe Vin Diesel.
And this is going to be happening among a bunch of other news too, because this is going to be a millstone. We're getting into the swing of things, so this is going to be so fun. We're going to have 4-hour long episodes next week, dude. I swear.
Get ready for it. It's fun.
Get animated.
Get excited.
But what else should you get excited for?
How about Sony facing a lawsuit over PlayStation Store exclusivity because you forgot to talk about that?
I did?
Yes.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Let me pull it up again because I need to read it. Oh, yes. So a class action lawsuit by someone. I couldn't find who from this GameIndustry.biz article.
Class action.
Yes, someone's. This is another one of those your headlines kind of shitty, because it says Sony facing lawsuit over PlayStation Store exclusivity, and it's well, are they going to try to say the PlayStation Store should be on Steam or like on PC or something?
Yeah,
but no, it's for PlayStation has prevented third-party retailers from selling digital download codes of games.
Wait, is this the one that was like? This was also, they were talking about like the disparity between digital releases and physical releases. Yeah. Sony's monopoly allows it to charge supra competitive prices for digital PlayStation games, which are significantly higher than their physical counterparts sold in a competitive retail market, and significantly higher than they would be in a competitive retail market for digital games. Supra competitive, not super.
I mean, I guess they all do, don't they? Or I guess Nintendo and Xbox probably allow. Can you find like fucking keys for Nintendo games on like
at Best Buy? You can go buy digital
this is
download.
What this is. Okay.
That's what that means. Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah,
it's going to GameStop and them trying to sell you a digital download code.
I mean, I don't know why you do that in the first place, but okay. I mean, I don't see why not.
Like it's because Sony doesn't make as much of a cut.
Oh, yeah, all right, sure.
That's what it is. And
it's because you want
the argument of this is, and the argument of this is through this class action lawsuit is that's like monopolistic practices. Is I kind of right?
I agree.
Like thinking about it,
get rid of the digital marketplace.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to a time before digital marketplaces.
A link to the past. Here we go. A link to the past. Start the show. A link to the past. Give your all. You know this game's a blast. You won't fall.
Yes, make it all physical and all of our games dive this route.
Actually, my old news, like some of it isn't before digital. Some of it's very recent, actually.
Yeah, I actually took news from in the past like 10 years or so because I was like, man, I always take stuff from like 2005.
Yeah,
snuff of 2005. We've heard it too much.
Well, let's talk about the first thing.
Well, play me out. What's the guy's name?
Johnny.
You're the super fan. You should know his name.
I know. I'm sorry. Andyblarg.
Play me out, Andy.
Andyblarg.
Let's go. All right.
Going all across the land, trying to save all the maidens.
As of today, is the 20th year anniversary of Mario Party 3 for the Nintendo 64.
Today being
best Mario Party.
People say Nintendo doesn't have third-party games.
Is that the only reason you put this on here?
Yes.
Today being the 7th of May.
The 6th of May.
The 6th.
Fuck. The 6th of May. Sorry.
It's 2 a.m, bitch.
It's only 11:13. I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking
yeah, Mario Party 3 was the one I played the most. Funnily enough, I was. This is gonna sound very sad. I played Mario Party single player all the time.
Same. Mario Party 4 was the one I played the most.
Always a party.
I didn't have an N64 until I was like 15. But
I
Mario Party single player, it slaps. I'm gonna be real. I still do it.
It's better than you would expect. Mario Party 3 had this like battle game mode where it was like it was a 2-player mode, and you got like these little partners that like ran alongside you in these smaller maps. And if you came across another player, you went into a duel mini game. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? What's your favorite mini game from that? From Mario Party 3, I'm partial to Eats a Pizza and Title Toss.
I haven't played that much Mario Party 3, so let me pull up a list real quick.
Oh,
is it
damn.
Is it equally as sad for me to have been playing Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 by myself?
No, I played that by myself too. We only ever had one N64 controller.
We had 2. I just didn't have like people over that much.
I like TikTok Hop.
TikTok Hop?
TikTok Hop, what's that one?
That's the one where you are having to jump on the clock as it's moving.
Oh, is that where it's like the arrow, the hands?
Yes.
Like move? Yeah, okay, I remember that one. I thought that was a Mario Party 4. but
no,
it's on 3.
It's Mario Party 3.
You run across the hour hand. Okay.
Since I didn't play Mario Party 3, I'm going to say that my favorite Pokemon Stadium mini game was the Lickitung one, where you go around and you grab the different foods, and it's like a little scramble. That one was very fun.
You should have saved that for Pokemon Stadium's anniversary.
No,
Yeah,
then I'll talk about how Pokemon Stadium 2 let you play as Scyther instead of or Scizor instead of Scyther in the log cutting minigame.
Mm-hmm.
You're blowing it.
There's so much to talk about with that game.
All of our trade secrets gone.
It's true.
Gone. Who are we in the Epic versus Apple case?
I have a couple of things here. I'm gonna actually talk about. Let's just get all these game anniversaries out of the way, because
Yeah.
May 1st. Fucking, I didn't write the year. I'm so bad at this.
2003, right?
Was it 2003?
2003 or 2.
Yes.
2002. May 1st, 2002. The Elder Scrolls Morrowind. I will mention every single Elder Scrolls game anniversary on this podcast because it is one of my favorite series. It's held up there among the Metal Gear Solid series as the lofty favorites of Null Toxicity, the long-running lofty favorites. And
if only there was a PS2 Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. The Elder Scrolls, great. Morrowind. This was the game where Michael Kirkbride was at his most cocaine.
Excuse me? Who is this? Is this the director of the game?
No, he's the lore writer. He wrote a lot of
is he still around?
No, he stopped working for Elder Scrolls halfway through Oblivion, and then he went on to work for Telltale. And now I don't know what he's doing, but he has posted a Twitter thing saying yeah, guys, I'm fine financially. Don't worry about me, because he's actually very tight knit with the Elder Scrolls lore community. People love him, right?
He's like their Kojima.
Yeah, no. It's he has a lot of interesting things that he wrote about it, and it's also
I'm sure he probably gets lots of. He probably gets some sort of royalties from Bethesda. They seem to be pretty good about treating their employees.
Yeah.
Even maybe this was a bad blood thing if he left halfway through Oblivion.
I don't actually know when he left. I actually need to see, but he is the reason that the Elder Scrolls lore is batshit crazy. So all of the stupid shit you hear about giant mechas floating in space and shit, and space colonies and stuff like that is all him. Towers of Khajiit climbing to the moon, things like that. But yeah,
is he responsible for the Lusty Argonian Maid?
I don't know who wrote that. I don't know who wrote that apocrypha.
I've never played Morrowind. I've only played Oblivion, but my favorite Morrowind story is this old ass 4chan green text, or just 4chan story, not even a green text, with this guy talking about how he played through Morrowind and broke the game by just consuming a shit ton of potions before the final boss, and then broke the damage barrier and crashed the game. So what happened is he left regular employment with them, and he got contracted to work on Oblivion and Skyrim afterwards as well. So yeah, he actually stayed around a lot longer than I thought he did. So chances are he's gonna work on the next one then.
Maybe.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't touch the Elder Scrolls Online, which is curious, but that also could just be because that's a bigger project. But a lot of the lore in Elder Scrolls Online is taken from his stuff. So
yeah, did you watch that 9-hour long Morrowind video?
Every time we bring up the Elder Scrolls, no, did you watch this 30-hour retrospective? No.
I mentioned the Oblivion one a lot because I watched that one. I have not seen the 9-hour Morrowind retrospective. I was curious if you had.
I have not watched that because my ideas behind my ideas of what I enjoy about Morrowind are still pretty solid and fresh in my mind because it's one of my favorite games. It is arguably when It is arguably the soul to the soulless of the games going forward.
It's the
Wow.
cutoff.
It's got a lot going into it, and a lot of the games going forward got a lot simpler. Which
I'm gonna be real. I don't think I've hit that point with a game yet.
what?
What? Some
That
soulless?
like
Old,
every
good, new,
other
bad?
game after this is going to be terrible.
I don't know. I love the Elder Scrolls games. I don't think that Oblivion is bad. I don't think Skyrim is bad. I just think that Morrowind has a lot more soul than those two games.
Okay, but Skyrim has bimbo mods.
All of them do.
Damn, you're right.
Dude, Morrowind had a strip club just like in the game, like base.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you roll the dice to hurt people.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's soul.
It's like
It's soul.
Neverwinter.
That's what I'm saying. The magic crafting system, you could literally break your character. Like that's my benchmark.
Yeah, that's what this 4chan story is about.
All right,
my
Tech.
benchmark for like a good RPG is like, does it allow me to ruin my character or make my character way too good? If so, it's a
How
good
easy
RPG.
is it to break this game over my fucking knee?
Yeah, exactly.
Step 1, play wizard. Step 2, find teleport spell.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Tabby?
Oh, I thought we were done with the Morrowind talks. So I was going
No.
to say, Tech, what do you got? But
I actually want to go again because I have more than you guys.
Sure, go ahead.
big man on campus here.
Yeah. I wanted to.
Well, we get some relevant news.
Yeah, all of my old news is like relevant to current news. So we'll
nice
just
thinking.
2019. We'll just go with that one first. Is the year that Epic Games Store, Epic, owned by Tim Sweeney, the big man upstairs.
The big Popeyes cup upstairs.
That's when they acquired Epic from Rocket League. That's when Epic acquired Rocket League.
Psionics, right?
yeah,
that's
Psionics.
That's the company.
That game was already amazing. And Epic, like, acquiring it put so many eyes onto it, and like really well-deserved eyes. And I'm very happy that that happened. It's a really good game. It's a really good game.
I still find it really funny that super-powered robot action battle cars, or whatever the name of their PS3 game was.
Yeah.
Rocket League is just the same game, but with like a more marketable title.
SARPBC. Yeah.
I feel like Rocket League was already pretty well known before the
Yeah.
Epic buyout. Like it was.
It was a PS
Well,
Plus
yeah,
game.
it was a PS
yeah, it
Plus
was a
game.
PS
It was
Plus
like
game
an
that
early.
blew it the fuck up.
It was an early PS Plus game, but I feel like Epic took it even further though. I feel like, especially like with the esports stuff.
I don't hear anyone talk about Rocket League anymore.
No, I hear Rocket League esports is huge.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, well, fair enough then.
Europe.
All right.
Yeah, you know how they like football.
One of those. Yeah, do they call Rocket League like something else?
Yeah, they call it the Rocket Premiere.
Yeah.
Oi!
But anyway, yeah, no, they purchased this game. They put a bunch of fucking
Did
money
you see
into
that
it.
ludicrous display last night? Oh, what was Manchester thinking?
You see, the thing about Arsenal is they always trying to walk it in. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, is that all you wanted to say about Rocket League?
Yeah, good game. Go play it if you haven't already.
if you want to play it through the Epic Store.
All right, let's since you mentioned that what was it, John Morrowind works or went to work at Telltale, you said? Who said that?
Yeah, he did work at Telltale.
You work at Telltale? I actually just so happened I got some news from May 2nd, 2017, where Telltale was looking for a senior UI designer. 1 year later, they would shutter. So if anyone remembers that. So they were. I got this from Gama Sutra, and I just thought this was funny because I saw this article and I was like, 2017, Telltale was still around then. When did they go out of business? And it was in October of 2018, I believe. So, I'm curious as to what they wanted this guy for. obviously, the shuttering was like a big surprise to developers, but maybe not to the higher ups. So I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
They needed to be. Your body of work should showcase at least 2 of the following offerings: interactive design and UX for mobile, web, and flash, animation, motion graphics, some 3D modeling experience, and Lua scripting. So if you had at least one of those, you could likely apply.
Yeah.
What year was this?
I play Gmod.
Yeah, I make
What?
World of Warcraft mods. I can do Lua scripting. What year was this?
2017.
2017. Okay.
I work in Source Filmmaker.
I make porn in Source Filmmaker. Disclaimer, I don't.
Should.
I don't either. No, they all moved to Blender now. Because Source Filmmaker sucks.
Source Filmmaker is great, dude. I use that shit, dude. It's a lot like Windows Movie Maker.
you know, Source Filmmaker really is the Windows Movie Maker of
3D animation software.
3D animation software. Well, I'll have plenty to say about Source Filmmaker when the time comes.
Yeah. What's the
Jesus
Source Filmmaker
Christ.
like fucking anniversary? We gotta find that out.
It's in
When
June.
did
It's in June.
Oh.
It's a Team Fortress 2 update.
You know, I used to
When
make.
did Studio FOW found?
You know, I used to make like a lot of
that's when we
posters
can
in
find
that.
it.
Who? Steam
No, me.
or like Valve?
No, me.
Oh, I didn't know. Really?
Yeah. I was like really into it.
Oh wow! You'll have to show me some of that.
Nah.
Wait, it was posters and what?
SFM. There was
Interesting.
a big poster scene in like Source Filmmaker where you just like make posters and shit. And, I don't know.
Well, speaking of places that had posters, so as of May 1st, 2010, 3 days before the first Humble Bundle, arguably Humble Bundle responsible for this, could be some inside.
Hey, you didn't say that yet.
I thought whatever. Cut that out. Dude shotgun over it. So Game Crazy closed all of its locations as of May 1st, 2010.
Okay. What the fuck is Game Crazy?
It's like a
Oh,
Western.
you don't know of Game Crazy? Oh, is it West Coast? That right,
Yeah,
it's West Coast.
It's like
So Game Crazy was the ballin' place. It was the it was a GameStop equivalent, like game store, but it was attached to Hollywood Video.
Yeah, Movie Gallery. Its parent company.
Yeah, Hollywood Video, is Blockbuster, but on the West Coast.
Okay, so you would like rent games from here or what?
Well, no, you would buy games, but you would rent games from the Blockbuster, and they were always attached to them.
Hollywood.
The Hollywood Video.
So it was, Hollywood Video. So it was always like the tradition of, with my family and a lot of other families in the area at least, of go to Hollywood Video to get the video to rent, and then as like people are deciding, a child who plays video games goes and sneaks off into that game store.
Yeah, I did that, but with like Kmart, and it would be the Kmart games section. Kmart had they had like the fucking like the demo like Game Boy SPs that you could just like play.
Yeah.
So I just like walk up to it and play it. Did I tell you I almost got because I worked at Kmart for a while. I almost got one of the sliding doors, right? I almost got like a full like Nintendo like glass sliding door from there because I worked there, right? And it's been sitting there forever, like for fucking ever, because Kmart doesn't sell like video games anymore. I'm like, this would be so cool. I could take like these glass sliding doors and I could make like a cool display case out of it, and I could either keep it or sell it, whatever. It'd just be a fun little project. And I am like, hey, boss man, this has been sitting here forever. Can I have it? And he's like, yeah. It was also a new boss because Kmart was in the process of like going bankrupt at the moment, so nobody cared about anything. So I'm like, okay, let's go back, and I'm gonna take this like this fucking thing, and I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna put it in my van, and I'm gonna take it. Actually, it was a Suzuki Grand Vitara, is what it was. The car sucked.
Fuck yeah.
That's the car that broke down on the way back from Philly at Null Cabin.
Fuck. Yeah.
But,
I love that car though.
Yeah,
I've been in that car.
You've been in that car.
It has a huge stain.
I've heard stories.
Oh
of the
yeah, it has a giant stain in the passenger seat from when I spilled cranberry sauce on it Thanksgiving. And like the second tech got in, he looked at it, and I looked him in the face, and I was like, "Oh, that's period blood. Don't worry."
I remember that. And he was picking me up from the airport.
Yes.
I opened the door, and I haven't seen this guy in 6 months or something, or whatever was the last time we met in person. And I opened the door, and I look at the seat, and I look at him.
It's a giant red splotch from the cranberry sauce that had been spilled the year prior.
Is this blood?
Yeah. No, but regardless, completely off. So I'm taking it out to my car, and my mother is helping me because I worked at the Kmart with my mother. And we pick it up. We walk like 10 steps, and the glass fucking shatters in our hands just immediately because it was not tempered glass, because it was old. And what happens with old glass that's not tempered is that if it goes through like multiple different like hot, cold, like temperature changes, which which it would have over the course of the fucking 10 years that it had been sitting in the back of that closet, then like if you try to touch it or like even move it like slightly, it fucking shatters into a million pieces. And it like shattered, it cut all our hands up, and I'm like, no, Nintendo. And then I had to be like, go up to the maintenance guy and be like, yeah, so I just like spilled like a bunch of glass
made your
everywhere.
job 10 times harder.
And like I'm leaving, like it's the end of my shift, so like you gotta like take care of that, man.
Jesus Christ. Well, you know, at least it didn't happen in your house.
Yeah, and the thing is, to soothe all of the angry janitors and maintenance workers who are angry at me right now, it would have broken when they went to move it anyway. That is a mess that would have had to have been cleaned up eventually anyway. So anyway, yeah, game crazy. Yeah, kind of insane, right?
Yeah. Rest in peace, Game Crazy. I'll miss you. You were always the better game store.
Now you just have GameStop and EB Games.
I don't even think they have EB Games over here anymore.
We have
I haven't seen EB Games in years.
It's in the mall in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I don't live there, but it's there.
I mean, that's like Amish. It's like stuck in the 1800s. So
out here in Amish, getting game crazy.
So you don't know shit about the Amish, dude. Come on.
I know you smoke big doinks with them.
Smoke big doinks with the Amish. What was that movie where like they like they meet, like one of the main characters like becomes Amish to like date a girl or some shit? It's like one of those road trip movies.
One of those like raunchy 2000s comedy movies. Yeah.
I can't.
Sex Drive.
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Road Trip. Euro Trip.
Might have been Euro Trip.
Okay, now I'll talk about your other past news.
Yeah, so
Sex Drive.
It's Sex Drive, okay.
It was actually Sex Drive. Fuck yeah, I'm so sick, dude.
Who's that actor? That actor reminds me of like Michael Reeves for some reason. Anyway, yeah, my old news is May the 4th, 2010. So Humble, what's the actual name? Humble Store, right? That's the name of the company.
Humble Indie Bundle.
Well, no, that's
Something
the
like
bundle
that.
name. What's the name of the store?
Yeah, it's like
they're the Humble
Store,
right? So on May 4th, 2010, they're basically a new company as of like November of the year before or something like that, and they were like a pay what you want type, like DRM free. It was like a new like thing, right? And then on May 4th, 2010, they do their first indie bundle, which was like wildly successful. Like people lost their shit, dude. People love this shit. It had games such as World of Goo, Aquaria, Gish, Lugaru HD, and Penumbra Overture. Have you guys played any of these games?
I played World of Goo.
I played the demo of World of Goo.
I wanted to play World of Goo a lot, and I was broke back then, so this was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've I've been a proud supporter of Humble Bundle until they kind of went to shit in the past year.
You still pay for Humble Monthly, don't you?
I accidentally got charged for April. I don't know how. I thought I canceled it.
I mean, still, you've been paying. Maybe they have a redemption arc though. They walked back the thing they were doing. So, but regardless, this was wildly successful, and like everybody knows and loves Humble Bundle, and
or did.
it did. This it's insane. It's pretty cool, pretty crazy. Did you buy the original?
It has been seen as an experiment and has since been regarded as successessul.
Yeah,
yeah,
this
no
is
shit.
like a fucking fandom wiki. It's kind of
fucking
a
wikis, man.
Yeah,
man. There's so many wikis that are just like out in the internet that are filled with random shit.
Yeah, because you can use
Agreed.
Wikipedia as just like a fucking
No, I mean like I'll accidentally stumble onto like fandom wikis for just like the most random shit like every week or so.
Oh yeah, when I said Wikipedia, I meant fandom wiki. Like you can just use fandom as like, hey, we're making a fucking D&D story. I'm gonna use it to lay out my setting.
Yeah.
Or like, hey,
The third. No, you go. What?
no, I was done. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just looking at some of the other early Humble Indie bundles. And the third Indie bundle, it came with, stuff like VVVVVV and Yet It Moves and stuff. But it also included a time-limited access to fucking Minecraft.
Yeah,
This is back in 2011.
that's fucking
So-
that's huge.
That's crazy. That what was it? This was a year before it would it'd reach 1.0, I think. So Minecraft was still like kind of small.
It's true. Back when Minecraft was like in alpha, I like really, really wanted to play Minecraft because somebody like my one like D&D Dungeons and Dragons GM, Greg, he'd been like, hey, dude, check out this like sick game. And I'm like, how do I buy this? I'm like, Mom, you gotta buy me this game, dude. It's pretty sick. It's pretty crazy. I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause you had to buy it from their website.
yeah, you had to buy it from like the Mojang website or whatever, and they try to buy it, and our bank fucking rejects it because it's an international purchase. And this is apparently
I think you talked about this.
Yeah, this is apparently a thing that has happened to a lot of people at that time. I'm like, fuck, this is bullshit. So I'm like, Greg, let me give you some money. You gotta buy me Minecraft. So eventually, like, he buys me Minecraft. The problem is that I was not involved in the process. I didn't have the email or anything. I just had the username and password that I made. So, like, years down the line, I have to buy Minecraft again because I don't have Greg's email. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Yeah.
But yeah, Minecraft, fucking.
I'm looking at my like some of my Humble Bundle purchases. Humble Indie Bundle 5 is like nothing but like, or was like nothing but bangers.
Yeah, I feel.
Which one is that?
So base level tier, like pay what you want, was Limbo, Amnesia, Sword and Sorcery, and Psychonauts.
Oh my god, my brother got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the tier above that was Bastion.
Yep, I remember
Like
this one.
when
This
Bastion was new.
This one was crazy good, yeah. I remember
And
this
then
one.
there was Super Meat Boy, Lone Survivor, and Braid.
Yep.
Lone Survivor, underrated. Play that game. It's a really good game.
Great.
That's how I played. That's how I got Psychonauts. I'm pretty sure that's how I played it.
Is that the game that you made, Tabby?
No. Have I told that story on the podcast?
That's why
I don't know what
I
the
was
fuck
I was
he's
putting the
talking
ball.
about.
I was
Okay.
putting the ball in your court, Tabby.
I couldn't remember. My memory's bad. So, yeah, in high school, for my senior project, I didn't want to do it, so I just lied and said that I made this game and I played the first 2 levels of Braid as a demo and I got an A.
I remember this story now.
I knew one person in my entire class knew what Braid was.
And he didn't rat.
And she didn't say anything. I was like, I like looked at her because she like looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And I said, work with me on this.
Don't be a narc.
I got like a 90 on it, I think.
Only a 90?
on Braid.
There was like a written portion that I kind of like half-assed.
True.
Braid is the game that has like Soulja Boy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Oh my god, I love the Soulja Boy Braid video. It's so fucking funny.
You just go back.
It's even better. It's even better with the indie game, the movie.
Yes!
Because it's got the Jonathan Blow.
It's got the
looking
sad
depressed.
music over Jonathan Blow being like, they just didn't get it. And he's like, there's no point in this game, yo. You just go like, ew. Ew. You gotta play this game. If you have not seen this video, you have to watch it.
Tech will put this in the show notes 100%.
I hope I'll put it in there 5 times.
Wow. Oh, it's on back, bitch.
I love the noise he makes when he rewinds it.
Soulja Boy's video game videos are always hysterical. His fucking like Xbox 360 games, he pulls out a copy of Guilty Gear Overture. He says, "This is in Japan. You can't even get this here yet."
Oh shit! I'm gonna die. Yup.
Do we have anything else here?
They're all going woo in unison.
Yeah.
I wish you did it for the witness too.
This is a 3-hour podcast, those people.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm good.
The shortest.
All right, let's talk about serious indie games now. This is serious now. All right, I'm gonna get the funnies out. Let's get serious. Steve Gaynor formed the Fulbright. Shut up. Steve Gaynor formed the Fulbright Company on May 4th, 2012. It's funny. I was just talking about Gone Home last night, and it turns out that its inception started this week. Technically, I assume they went straight to work on this game. If you don't know what Gone Home is, it's a
walking simulator.
It's a walking simulator. I believe it came out in like 2014 or something. It was pretty big for being a walking simulator, and people were none too pleased of it.
Can I spoil Gone Home?
Yes.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that the one where like you go to the like attic and it's like Satan? Is that that game?
No. All right. So like the whole thing with Gone Home is that it's like you walk to you're visiting. What was it? You're like you're visiting your parents' house or something, and no one's home right now, and it's supposed to be like kind of spooky. I guess is like they're supposed to make you think it's sort of spooky, but it's like a diversion. And the real spoilers for Gone Home, the sister that you're looking for has like ran off with her girlfriend or something. And that's like the twist of Gone Home. And there's no supernatural. It's kind of like Firewatch, actually. Now I think about it, the twist is that there isn't a twist.
Wow, these bitches gay. Good for them.
Yeah, exactly. Like Duke shows up at the end. He's like, "Wow, that's crazy. I paid $20 for this."
Oh, maybe I thought it was some Satan shit because the attic has like red Christmas lights in it.
Yeah, I'm sure that was probably what they wanted.
It's a red herring.
Yeah, it's a red herring. I'm not gonna say Gone Home is an amazing game, or even say it's a bad game because I never fucking played it. And
Gone Home is a video game.
It's a video game.
There's
maybe
better walking sims for you to play.
Maybe it got a little too much attention, too much negative attention when it came out.
Well, it was associated with some things around that time.
That's all for journalism, not guaranteed.
No, hang on, wait, no, not yet. No, that was a year. Redacted didn't happen until a year later.
Yeah,
I don't think. It was 20.
What a nightmare.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll have a whole episode, I'm sure.
I'd really rather not.
The Gamergate episode.
I would really rather just pretend it didn't happen and not think about it.
What didn't happen?
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, Steve Gaynor, he had like history in the games industry before. He actually worked at Irrational Games, and worked on some BioShock 2 DLC and stuff. it seems oh yeah, right, because BioShock Infinite was in development at this point, so it was kind of I think that game was in the development hell or something at that point. So I guess he worked on that as well. The Fulbright Company.
Talk about BioShock Infinite.
Over the course of my several, the BioShock Infinite.
I missed it.
Oh yeah, it came out like March, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Next.
It's okay. Yeah, all right. It's. I was actually just thinking about this company the other day, so it was kind of serendipitous to find out that they had their origins. They're making like a new game that's like a road trip game. I'm sure it will be.
No, that was a different company. Never mind. I was
What?
thinking of a game, but it's
What
not
do you
them.
think, like, what kind of person do you think makes, like, or decides that they want, like, to make walking simulators?
Do you want?
Because, like, when I think about, like, making a game that, like, I would want to make, that's, like, the last thing that I would want to do. So I'm kind of curious about, like, what kind of person it's like, yeah, I'm going to make Life is Strange. That's not a walking simulator.
It's
I'm
someone
just
who
kidding.
wants to tell us. It's someone who wants to tell a specific story, like through the medium of games. And like
Is Stanley Parable a walking simulator?
yes,
Yeah, like, but that's like kind of like snarky. Like that's like comedy kind of, right?
Walking simulator, and this is not walking simulator in the derogatory term. I kind of feel like I need to point that out.
Yeah, we're
at
talking
least,
about like the
'cause a lot of
literal
people use
genre
it.
that exists. But
Yeah, like What Remains of Edith Finch is a walking simulator.
wait, what? That game was like rough, wasn't it?
Oh,
So
he says in this article. Thanks for reading the fucking article, Tectonic. The critical path is fully playable, and the first half of the story is locked in. Steve Gaynor explains. Basically, the ideas are up on screen, and we can test against whether or not they seem like good ideas. And so, Gone Home
Cool.
was already like was pretty much formed at this point. So that's interesting.
Hey, Tech.
What's
Thanks
up?
for reading the article.
Yeah, it only took me until the podcast. I was looking at this article to see if maybe he has an explanation as to why he wants to make walking
Like
simulators.
a game like that, yeah, because
Yeah.
like for me, it's just like when I look at video games as a medium, I'm just like I think of like the things that it lends itself to really well, and it's like, you know, doing things. not that I don't like. I do like walking simulators. I've played a couple that I enjoy, but like maybe I'm just not artistic enough to like make something like that or like think about making something like that.
From what I can gather from the article, it seems because was it the Gone Home dev or Fulbright is a 3-person team.
Yeah.
And from what he's saying, it seems like the reason they're making walking sims is because it's within their grasp.
That makes sense.
And like a first-person shooter isn't, essentially. That makes sense to me. Also, this guy came from like 2K or whatever, and he worked on like the Fear DLC. What the fuck was it called? I don't know. Have either of you played Fear?
Dude, I fucking love Fear.
I
had a stream
I
where I got
haven't played the
plastered and played Fear, actually.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But do you remember Perseus Mandate? You worked on the Perseus Mandate.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the good one or not, but
I mean,
and he was also working on BioShock, so he's probably sick of like first-person shooters and stuff, and probably wanted something a little different.
also people from
especially from that gen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, people from the industry are like way more cognizant of like what a team of their size can do.
Yes.
Whereas like there's someone like Pixel who, you know, he's made games before, but he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna make like a full 2D platforming game with like all this shit in it, and like it takes him like a very long time, but it's like very good. But like still, it's like it was kind of like out of like one man shouldn't have made Game Story. That's all I'm saying.
and that's why I love it.
Yeah, no, for sure. He defies expectations. But like for people who
It took
aren't
5 years, but
for people who aren't the outlier or also want to get the game out like pretty relatively fast, it's like being like acutely aware of like how much your team can do is probably a good thing.
And I think there's a balancing act to it. Yeah. The $10,000 toaster. I think there's a balancing act to it. Like, you need to know like what your team can accomplish and what you actually want to do in the game. Because, like, there's probably a lot of people that, like, want to make the grandiose JRPG with this, like, epic tale, but it's like, maybe you should make a visual novel instead. Maybe that's more in your grasp.
No. My video game is going to have is going to be the science-based Dragon MMO that we've all been clamoring for decades, and I'm going to do it
decades now
by myself.
That's
we need to find out the origin of that post so we can talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, it was a Kickstarter.
No.
It wasn't a Kickstarter.
It was a Reddit.
No, it was our gaming post.
It was a Reddit post. There was no Kickstarter for that game. But
thank you all for listening to Journalism Not Guaranteed. No, sorry, hang on. I'm not gonna do this again. What were you gonna say, Noel?
What? Oh, yeah, no, the science, that was not even like a person who was trying to make, that was like a person who made like assets and was like, yeah, I'd like to make a video game, and didn't like know anything about. Yeah,
this is an ideas person.
Yeah, well, not even. It's just I really do think it was like a creative who was just like, oh yeah, I would like to like get into this and do this, and didn't realize the scope of the work.
Sure.
And then quickly realized the scope of the work, and then stopped doing it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching Soulja Boy play Braid again.
No, it's fine. We're trying to get this over 3 hours, so it's like.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
pretty close.
So what, we just want to hang for like 3 minutes.
we're having like the longest episode we've had right after our shortest.
Is this the longest
episode.
one?
Of course, we have not gone over 3 hours.
I don't believe
this
you.
is groundbreaking. This is an enigma. You're making me question myself.
Okay, no, sorry. There is a survival sandbox game called Day of Dragons that earned like $300,000 on Kickstarter.
Yeah, no, the science-based dragon MMO.
Because people called it the science-based dragon MMO.
I feel so bad for her because, like, the person that wanted to make the science-based dragon MMO, she was like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, only to be like fucking gunned down by the r/game. No, they were actually pretty respectful, but to become a meme,
she still gets like like infinite respect to this woman. She still uses the exact fucking same Reddit account.
Yeah, it's rough.
And still gets like comments about the science-based dragon MMO. It's like, guys, let fucking go.
Yeah, that's the rough thing.
It was 10 years ago.
It's like I would not wish becoming like a Reddit meme on anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a fate worse than that.
Our longest episode prior to this is 2 hours and 41 minutes.
What about episode 6? How long was that?
Less, 2:30.
Yeah, it was like 2:30.
It was 2:30ish. Okay.
It is 2:30ish.
Yeah,
because you can still watch it right now.
Yeah. Check it out
on journalism.
Link in the show notes.
Notguaranteed.com. Cool. Get animated.
Christ, how much more? Oh wait, but we didn't account. I haven't accounted for the time I spent recording. Before the sync test.
Right.
I didn't spend a lot. My recording is at 2:58 right now, and it's not.
Okay, I meant like.
Okay,
we'll play on null. Okay.
What else? What else have you guys? Have you guys been playing?
Reddit. Oh, actually, I can talk about it a little bit because it's kind of relevant because it just happened. Apex Legends Season 9 came out, and I've been playing that with friends.
How's that been?
It's fun. It's enjoyable. The 3v3 mode, that's like a tactical shooter thing, is pretty enjoyable. You shoot the guys. It feels good most of the time.
Computer, can you pick up the 4D, 3D, 3D3?
3D?
Yes.
3D, of course. And then I was also starting Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth.
That game does not look good.
Say it does not look good?
I was watching you play it earlier, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of rough.
Like graphically, or...
So you have to remember, this is a budget Vita game from like early on in the Vita.
Listen.
Like...
I'm going to say it looked better than Sword and Shield.
Yeah, it does.
Like say it.
The designs, the designs are incredibly horny, and like it doesn't look that graphically great. But it's supposed to be played on a 7-inch screen.
Do you know that?
Yep, Devil Survivor guy, the guy who does the Danganronpa music.
Yeah, for a budget game, it's got a lot of fucking people on it.
It was a budget.
It's like a $30 game or something.
Yeah,
and it comes with another game.
Oh, that's what you mean by budget game. I thought you meant like budget. As in,
No,
like,
when it released on the Vita, it was like $40, and most Vita games new were $50.
yeah.
Yeah, this was like Cyber Sleuth is a game that has like really strong word of mouth appeal. Like a lot of people who played it really like it, and it doesn't look. It's not a fucking looker, but
it is like a step above Pokemon in a monster like collector style game. But it's got like JRPG story bullshit to it, so it appeases all of
it seems
like
pretty
that
cool.
crowds. It's $15 right now on Golden Week. I don't know if that's still active when this podcast is up, but like $15, it's a solid like 30-hour game, I think.
I have the cart on Switch, I think.
So the Switch is probably the best platform for it now because it uses real-time mechanics, which is something a lot of people don't know.
What does that mean?
So, like, to do certain things, you have to leave your Digimon in, like, the Chow Garden for 24 hours.
Christ, okay.
And the game has to be running as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Right, okay. I think I see why you would want it on Switch. Okay. What have you been playing, Noel?
I've been getting my way through Summoner. It's actually exclusive for the people who are 3 hours into this podcast. I'm finding
fuck yeah.
People who are here, congratulations, you're making history.
I'm finding myself it's one of the first games on the channel that I've reviewed that I'm finding myself like I'll play for like 2 hours or 3 hours during a day, like a work day or something, and I'll be sitting there like, man, my time is almost up for the day to play this, but I really don't want to put it down. And
that's pretty
good.
Promising for a
Yeah.
launch title even. I'm curious to see the review.
Yeah, no. So it's something that I've been quite enjoying. Other than that, I've been playing, fucking Final Fantasy 11.
FF11.
And that's it. I need to play more new games that aren't PS2 games.
Tech, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers.
And Sony Vegas 16.
How is it? How is it to me, someone who hates Muso games?
It's giving, it was, first of all, giving me major Persona 5 vibes. Jokes aside, it looks and feels like fucking Persona 5, which is amazing to me. They've managed to like really like recapture that energy, even with a lot of the new assets and stuff. Like they have like new menus for everything. It's what it reminds me of, like in the early game, because it starts out and you're like, you're in Shibuya or whatever, fucking right, and it's the familiar locations, but then it moves on to like the road trip stuff, which I'm on right now. It's funny going to like the locations that have been like gutted out that you can't go to anymore because the game doesn't take place in this focal area anymore. Like there's no subways or anything. It's just like it's just the station square and like the Shibuya street, and like the Airsoft store is like closed for the summer, so there's no EY. The Takemi's shop is like closed too, so she's not there. It just reminds me of Banjo-Tooie. Yeah, all right, yeah. Only I would go here. It reminds me of
Joker, look out!
It reminds me of Banjo-Tooie in the fact that Banjo-Tooie is a significantly bigger, like it's like a globe-trotting adventure compared to the original game. But like you can still go to Grunty's lair, but it's completely caved in.
What's your guys' favorite banjo sound effect?
I've not played a banjo game.
I love
or like character talking thing is what I mean, obviously.
I love the
Barker.
the one that Kazooie makes when she's hovering, because you hear that one a lot, so you gotta like it. Or the one where Banjo's like, oh, bar! When he gets hit a lot. That one's a good one. Good. Anyway, Persona 5 Strikers. What's funny about it is that I've played Hyrule Warriors and I like it well enough. And like people weren't Ego Bokum's like that's the best one, or pretty much anything Mumbo does, like that one's good.
Yeah,
Christ, fucking goddamn it, shut up. I know I brought up Banjo-Kazooie, but shut up. Everyone was saying like when this game was coming out or whatever, it's like that they really really shake up the Musou formula, and I'm inclined to agree. Ding. it's not like Hyrule Warriors or like any of the Dynasty Warriors games where you're in this like big field and you just like demolish a bunch of guys. They kind of retain the dungeon idea where like you find like smaller encounters of enemies to fight, and they incorporate it kind of has a lot going on, and it's a little overwhelming to me because like you have party members that they expect you to switch between.
If it ain't broke.
Well, it wasn't broke, and they changed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Musuo formula.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's interesting.
No, it is broke. I don't like it. They need to make it,
it's not broke.
turn-based.
It's baroque.
Yeah.
It's not turn-based. So, all right, so here's what I'm trying to lead up to. I'm playing this on normal mode, and I am finding that a lot of the times I will either steamroll encounters or I will get completely fucking mulched. Like it's me and 4 other party members, and or 3 other party members, and they're like AI controlled, obviously. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to like debuff enemies, exploit weaknesses, play it like a Persona game and stuff, and still like try and maintain combos. But like, fuck, man, sometimes like if it's like a slightly tougher encounter, I'll just like one of my guys will just get like knocked out while they're AI controlled, and I won't really be able to do anything about it, especially in the early game, because you don't get revival spells until for a while. At least I haven't gotten any yet, so that's a little annoying so far. Like some of the mini bosses have been like huge sponges. So yeah.
So what I'm hearing is it's a Muso game.
Not really.
I guess. I don't know.
The sponges ain't there too much. They're there, but they're not there. Anyway, for the longest time, I thought Persona 5 Strikers was going to be a soccer game.
Well, it used to be called Scramble. That's what it's called in Japan. It's like Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers.
What if there was like a Zynga version? It was Persona 5 Scrabble.
That'd be cool. It give me major Persona 5 vibes.
Hey, Arxis, I'm talking
Thanks for
to
coming
you
to the
right
podcast.
now. Just make Persona 5 Arena. I beg you.
As someone who can't into fighting games, I prefer this. I prefer this over an arena game.
No,
especially since the story is like I can actually walk around and talk to people instead of the fucking mind like melting experience that is Arc System Works Persona 4 Arena's plot.
Okay, Tech, but what about seeing the Persona 5 characters rendered out in the Guilty Gear engine style?
That'd be cool, I guess. But
that's what they do.
Catherine full body strikers.
All right, if you got Catherine in there, I'd be on board.
What about Quathrin though?
Shut up and take my money. Thank you all for listening to Journalism Not Guaranteed. This was our impromptu hang to get it over 3 hours. I hope you enjoyed.
And we're significantly over.
Like by 8 minutes?
6th.
Ish.
I've got a 9 minutes over here for me.
Same.
But
look at us. Who'd have thought?
Oh, I also bought a couple of games from that Golden Week sale. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, what games?
I got Zone of the Enders, the second runner.
So good.
Like Mars or whatever. It's this. I guess they did. I didn't even know that Konami made this, but like in 2018 they got a company to do a 4K remaster of Zone of the Enders 2. Only 2.
Toy was playing it on his 24 hours home.